Weather Center.
All right, 30 seconds to the opener.
Needs, call Parker.
I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts. Nice conditions today, finishing up at 92 for your afternoon. 70 degrees.
I'm doing good, Jimmy. How you doing?
Summit Racing. Summit Racing.
Nice weekend.
Gear up your truck or Jeep for your next off-road camping adventure. With millions of parts in stock, you'll find off-road and outdoor essentials so you can.
At least you got to play golf, right?
And comfortably. SummitRacing.com. Everything you
Good to
need,
hear.
anything you drive.
With Jimmy B, proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing, and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602.
You guys are hot.
1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you on a glorious Monday here in the Valley of the Sun. Temperatures are awesome. Wish it could be like this all the time, but we know what is on the horizon with the heat building. Speaking of heat, Diamondbacks on the weekend, man, oh man, they won their fifth straight. Mercury got a win on the road. They snapped a 3-game losing skid. The Cardinals are set now to open up mandatory minicamp. Nope, it's not OTAs. It's now minicamp. We are broadcasting live today from Casino, Arizona in the sports book at the CAZ Sports Bar. You can come out, hang with us, and it's also a great place here to watch Major League Baseball, and, of course, the NBA playoff game tonight. We will get into all of that. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and free on the iHeartRadio app. Spence in the studio. Jax is here. We're streaming. We're on TV. We're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Manuch, how was your weekend?
Oh, it's a great weekend. Nice to have, like, spring-like days out there.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Nice to have those 25 to 30-mile-an-hour breezes. So, when it's 98 degrees, our wind chill factor out there is probably 90, and we'll definitely take it. So, yeah, you're right. It's kind of the lull before the heat storm.
That's it.
But it's not going to be too bad. It'll only be like 105-ish this weekend. Typically, this time of year could be pushing 110.
113.
Hey, we could be in San Antonio where it's going to be pushing 113 degrees over the next few days. But, we'll take the lack of heat while we can.
There you go. Hey, by the way, our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. For a free quote repair or installation, just go to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. So here's the question. Manuch really outdid himself on this one because this was difficult.
Absolutely.
Will the Nuggets close out the NBA Finals with a Game 5 win tonight? Two options. Yes, too much for the Heat, or no, Jimmy Butler goes off in this game and keeps the Heat alive.
Keep it simple for you there,
There
Jimmy.
you go, brother. I appreciate
it. Could, you look at Butler really hasn't gone off per se.
He hasn't. No.
And defense, or does this Denver Nuggets team say, okay, we're up 3-1, let's close this bad boy up and not give this Heat team an opportunity to go win 2 in a row like they did in the last series, before that, and try to get back into this game. But I think that the Heat, if they're going to win one more, it would be tonight. But I think it's all over but the shout. And I think the latest line we'll find out earlier is 8.5 to 9. Yeah. Whatever book years we're at.
Still be watching it tonight. By the way, just go to Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Cast your vote. We will visit this several times throughout the show. All right, Spence, let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Our top story, of course, is the Arizona Diamondbacks, and They are on freaking fire. It's unbelievable what this team is doing. The gang's all here. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B as we continue on Fox Sports 910.
You win 11 out of the last 13 games, 5 in a row. All of a sudden, you look at the standings, you do a double take. Up 3.5, on the Dodgers.
I know.
I mean, you can't help it. Now they come back for a little 4-game series against Roc's Phillies, followed by the Brew Crew being in town for a 7-game homestand before they get on the road for a 7-game road trip. So, hey, I love seeing it. Love seeing Corbin Carroll just go absolutely off. And this team coming back and winning games like they did last night, or yesterday, I should say.
It's one of those things where now I'm totally dialed in.
You dialed in now,
Yeah,
Jimmy?
I am.
What did it take for you to be dialed in?
3.5 up?
No, because the end of the NBA playoffs is about to take place, and also the Stanley Cup Finals are coming to a close. Now I will lock in on Major League Baseball and the D-backs.
I'll tell you, though, last night was brutal. There was nothing to watch.
I know.
I mean, it was one of the worst Sundays ever.
Yeah.
You know, I got stuck watching, hoping that Philly was going to come back on New Jersey in the USFL game. They were up like 38-10.
Boy.
They made it a game, 38-33, whatever, or something like that. You know, don't quote me on that. But I was like, all right, that's all I got.
You were jonesing for sports, Rock.
I don't understand why the NBA. I understand because it went back to Denver, but you know, to put it on a Monday makes so much more sense. They got to get rid of Friday night NBA games. Sunday's a great day. A 5:30, 7:30, 8:30. You know, East Coast makes a lot of sense. But for what they did, you know, now you got a Monday. All right, it'll be fine. But no, you're right. It's D-backs. It's all D-backs sitting alone. You know, that National League West at 40 wins, which. You know, and you got a Philly team coming in that's had a lot of success. We want to thank the Philadelphia Phillies for what they did, taking 2 or 3 from the Dodgers.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's got interest for all of us, I think, is okay. How did Corbin Carroll do last night? How did Corbin Carroll do last night? And you watch this young man hitting over 300 with the. You look at his stats. We'll break him down a little bit earlier on, but I mean, the 13 dingers. You go, damn.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know he had that power.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if any of us knew, or maybe that's why I gave him the big contract that. You know, Mike Hayes, the general manager for the D-backs, said, look, this kid's got pop. He's got, 19, 20 stolen bases now. His on-base percentage is .389. I mean, it's close to 4. You go, wow. But you know what? It's just you kind of watch it, getting runs, getting behind, coming back like last night and going ahead and taking care of business. And their bullpen.
Well, I think that's the big thing there. Yeah. I mean, you know, you go to last year, you go the year before that, and if you got in that 9th inning and they're up by 3-4 runs, the opposing team, you're like, all right, this game, it's over.
You held your breath.
You know, they're not coming back. Yeah. And sure enough, I mean, they're having success, and you know, bullpens, it's not great. Let's not
right.
You know,
yes, but it sure is better than last year.
Oh my gosh, much better. I mean, it just for them. You know, I was like, okay, this game. They're not going to come back, and then sure enough, they don't give up.
Well, they held serve. You know, Gallen had a rough night yesterday, rough day yesterday.
Right.
But you know, he comes out and they hold serve. You know, they don't give up any runs. This matter of fact, these 5 road victories in a row. You look at this bullpen as a whole, hardly any runs given up, not a lot of hits, so they were solid. Then a couple times you had some of your starters going to 6 2/3, but Gallen struggled yesterday. But he came out, they held serve, and the D-backs came back.
Here's the interesting part. If you would have told me at the beginning of the Major League Baseball season that the Snakes would be 40-25 in the National League West, I would have thought that you were crazy, because I would probably be thinking they'd be 25-40.
Yeah.
With what we had seen through spring training and the type of team that they were putting on the field.
Or 500-ish.
Close to 500-ish, but not 40-25.
Hey, the other thing, too, is
15 games over 500.
Yeah.
The other thing, too, is you watch Corbin. He's played 62 out of the 65 games.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I mean, it's great. I mean, a lot of these guys, that you look at some
most of them play that much.
But, Rock, I'm saying, he's almost in the lap almost every day. That's what youth will do for you. But, yeah, he's a kid that plays almost every day. 3 days off, a day off here and there. But you see some of the guys, I think the longest one that is 60-ish from that. So, hey, it's a fun team to watch. You know, they got our attention. 3.5 games up, right? And
I think the bigger story is they're getting attention of the national pundits now, and Corbin Carroll's getting the national attention, and people are trying to compare him to other guys. You know, Tom Verducci did a story on MLB, you know, kind of looking at his numbers, his OPS, and what he's doing with his home runs and stealing bases, and basically said, hey, these are Mike Trout type numbers in his rookie year. And you know, I think what is very interesting, and we will dive into a lot more, but since we're bringing it up. You know, if he becomes the rookie of the year, he gets a nice little bonus, but the D-backs get another draft pick. So if your player finishes as the Rookie of the Year or the Cy Young winner, they get a first-round pick, an additional first-round pick. That was something new in the CBA last year. If you look at the Mariners and Rodriguez, the guy was a stud. He was the Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up getting an extra pick this year in the draft.
3 minutes.
That's great stuff right there. I mean, look, you're trending for Rookie of the Year.
Oh, he's got it.
I mean, you look at that now.
Hard for him not to.
Could you imagine him trending to be MVP?
Well, I think you can make a case that
Sure.
he is there.
If he continues,
it's hard not to. And if the team continues to have the success that they're having, why wouldn't he be considered? And I think when the national pundits are already comparing him to Mike Trout, who is a perennial all-star, no question.
Yeah.
No question at all that you cannot not consider him. He has his first multi-home run game. He had his first Grand Slam. He won a game a week and a half ago. I mean, and what's great is if he gets to the All-Star game, it's in his hometown of Seattle. And how cool would it be to play in front of your friends, which you would. And if you go back, Wade Miley is the last D-backs rookie to make an All-Star team, and that's in 2012. In reality, finished second behind Bryce Harper that year as
2
National
minutes.
League Rookie of the Year. But I think it's cool because I didn't know that. If you win the Rookie of the Year, it gives your club an extra first-round pick in the 2024 MLB draft. And that's all because of the collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
It's called a Prospect Promotion Incentive, a PPI. And as I said, it's also, I said Cy Young, but where I failed to let you know is also a player who wins Rookie of the Year or a top 3 finish in the most valuable player or Cy Young voting, they get the additional
He
pick.
might get that as well.
Not to mention a $750,000
Yeah, he'll
bonus.
take it. Young kid like that, put
And then
that
the
cash
team
away.
gets another $2.5 million to spend in the draft. So there's so many benefits. That's what I said, like the Mariners and Julio Rodriguez last year. I mean, that guy had an unbelievable season.
And you think, Rookie of the Year, MVP, you got to go, I don't know, way back. Was it Fred Lynn in 75?
Fred Lynn in 75 was the
Ichiro.
Rookie of the Year and MVP.
So was it Ichiro and him are the only two?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Ichiro came in. He was not a rookie.
Yeah.
He'd been playing in Japan. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he was MVP rookie. Yeah, he was a veteran that was a rookie is what you're saying. But that is so rare. I hope
One other note, I think Corbin Carroll's the only guy to put on the vest twice so far this season.
Wow.
I think that's a big deal.
he was donning it the other night. That's for sure.
That was his second.
That's so fun when they put that on.
Yeah.
That cracks me up.
But,
Uriel came up with something with that thing. It's so, I don't know, just rude looking. It's kind of like, all right, get that bad boy on, get it off as quick as you
By
can.
the way, guys, we talked about this last Monday, and it happened again to me yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I got stuck in IKEA.
Again?
Yeah.
You learned your lesson last week?
No.
Yeah. It was funny. So we stopped, and we kind of talked to someone about ordering something that we needed, and all of a sudden, this lady comes up, older lady, and she's like, "Can you please tell me how I can get out of here?" And I just rolled my eyes, and I must have saw like 5-6 guys that were in the same boat I am.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You're at freaking IKEA.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse
Yeah, I
than
agree.
maybe watching paint dry.
Hell,
And
Rock,
go to IKEA.
another week, and you'll give a tour of the place.
You
for crying out loud.
you might know it
No,
inside
I do
out.
know. I mean, I knew exactly where to go the second time around to get what I needed.
There you go.
Yeah, but no, it was brutal. So, hey, we are out here at the CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Your home for all Major League Baseball and, of course, the NBA and NHL playoffs. They're still going on. So tonight you got the basketball. They have all the games on all the screens, 46 4K flat screens. Also, it's not too early to start thinking about where you want to host your draft, as we'll be making an announcement in about a week and a half on our promotion with the casino in regards to the draft. In the past, we've done these road trips where we send you to see the Cardinals play the Rams or Chargers over in LA, so we may do that again. So we'll have some more information to share a little bit later on with that. But we do have another promotion going on that just started last week. We are giving you an opportunity to win a customized regulation cornhole board set. All you got to do is text RIGHT to 55678. That's right, as in left. Right to 55678. One entry per person. Standard message and data rates may apply. Well, fans are loving Jim Nance's final call at the Canadian Open. What a great finish. but the radio call, you may agree, it was better. We'll have our Valley Chevy Sounds of the weekend next. Thanks for hanging out with us. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B and Jax here on Fox Sports 910.
Call GC Global Capital. License MB0924983, an equal opportunity lender.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do. But not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
It's time to tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest gifts for dads and grads. Featuring the tailor-made Stealth 2 drivers. The Stealth 2 drivers combine 60 layers of carbon for more speed and longer distance to unlock forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards for dads and grads in any amount. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com, and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Turn your home
30 seconds.
to airspace. Tell incoming flights you want them diverted. The new Raid Essentials Light Trap plugs into the wall and uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. Its 24/7 continuous attraction provides insecticide-free protection that's people and pet friendly. Consider air service interrupted. New Raid Essentials Light Trap, insecticide-free protection.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Time for the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
2-0. Finds a hole. Fall into left field. They're waving Rivera around. He will score an RBI for Corbin Carroll, and the D-backs within a run. The 1-2. Line drive. Base hit into left field. They're waving around Marte. He will score. The ball was
5 seconds.
Carpenter. Carroll.
You guys are hot.
And the Diamondbacks take the lead.
There you have it. Corbin Carroll had the lead run there in the ninth as he went 3 for 5 for his third 3-hit outing in the 4-game span. He also stole his 19th base, stole third base there. That's how he got in. He scored twice, and he knocked in a run as the Diamondbacks continue on as they take care of business, and now 3.5 games up on the Dodgers. And they'll go at it tonight as they'll look for their 6th straight win, their 12th in 14 games as they host the Phillies on a 4-game set here.
How do you feel about that since the Phillies are in town? And it seems now that Philly has overcome that really terrible start, and they're right around 500 right now.
Well,
you're a Philly boy.
Yeah, I mean, they've won 7 of 8, so they've been playing well. They have not done well against Arizona, just 4-12 since 2017. So it's all momentum, right? And if they got this momentum, taking 2 of 3 of the Dodgers, but I'm on a lot. Yeah, raised in the Philadelphia area. Grew up a Phillies fan. I've been to the World Series a few times. If they go to the World Series again, I try to go if I can. Couldn't go last year. I was supposed to go, and then had an emergency, so I couldn't go. But I had tickets and all right. Sean Salisbury hooked me up with tickets in Houston. So I was all pumped to do that.
I remember that.
But I have, Arizona's my home.
Sure.
And, I know my Philly friends aren't going to like this, but when they played Arizona, I root for Arizona.
There you go.
I mean, I do that in all sports. The only one that I don't would be the NFL. I mean, I would take the Eagles all day long.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
But that's traditional. Football is such a whole different.
Baseball's tradition. I mean,
but as far as fans are more akin to supporting that football team if they're in a different town, because we have so many Midwest people here, Chicago, and
same as baseball, Manuch. How's it different?
Yeah, well,
you want to rewind the tape?
No. I just think
you do that again.
No,
again.
I think sometimes football trumps a lot of the baseball.
Football trumps all sports for us, but. Thing about it is the Eagles and Cardinals may play 2 or 3 times in a decade, right? Whereas baseball, in most cases, you're playing 4 games, maybe 8 games from Philly, against Philly each year. So it's not as big a deal. I mean, just like hockey, Philly will play, Arizona once, maybe twice a year. I mean, it's always different. Same thing with NBA.
I follow. There's a lot of people I know from the Midwest that are huge Bear fans, and they're okay Cub fans. Cincinnati, they're huge Bengal fans. They're okay man. Cincinnati. They're Reds fan. They're fans, but they're not like fanatical that they are for their football.
I so disagree with you. I have some of the most fanatical Cubs fans and Red Sox fans and Yankee fans that I've ever seen in my life.
I would say that you could flip the script almost with the Red Sox versus the Patriots. You probably got more dyed-in Red Sox fans than you do Patriot fans.
You're still in the hole.
No.
We can get you out.
Folks,
we'll put a line in there.
I'll throw the rope for you.
Rope in there, Jimmy.
A lot of the folks I know that deal with they're so dialed in with their football team from their city out here, and they follow their baseball team, but not like they do with their football team. I mean, a lot of folks I talk about, I'm like, hey, how about your Cubbies? Yeah, I can't wait for the Bears to start up. I mean, they're dialed in with mini camps and OTAs, and I'm like, okay, I get it. You understand that. Especially if the Bengals fans, because the Reds have been down so much. I've known several of them. They're like, yeah, we can't wait. We got our guy. Joey's going to take us back to the Super Bowl. It's more that talk than it is baseball talk.
Well, a lot of talk in Canada as native Nick Taylor won the tournament, the Canadian Open, with a ridiculous 70-plus foot putt in the playoff. Here's the final call from Jim Nantz and CBS. It was phenomenal. It's what we expect these days from Jim Nantz. It's going to suck when he decides to retire from the game or whatever sport he's calling. But this was a big win for Nick Taylor. It was a 72 and a half, whatever it may have been specifically.
Long-ass putt.
The first time a Canadian won the Canadian Open since 1964. His longest putt
54.
ever.
54.
I thought it was 64. 54?
Uh-uh.
Okay. And here, you're right. It's 54. Excuse me. And here he is, Jim, with the call.
Good pace. Are you serious? Oh my goodness! Glorious and free. We're storming the 18th green now. They just tackled Adam Hadwin, by the way, who was trying to approach his friend. Security did, not knowing that's exactly who it was.
5 seconds.
But Canada has a conquering hero.
What a great call for an historic moment in Canadian sports history. That'll go down for many, many years with Jim Nantz. Glorious and free.
In there.
Well done, Jim.
Yep, it
well
was.
Done.
Well done is correct. It's in their anthem, Glorious and Free. The thing that I found interesting, too, is that they had a hole. It was a par
3 minutes.
And it seems now that a lot of some of the tournaments are trying to not really emulate what the Waste Management does at 16, but at least have some sort of smaller version party hole.
Yep.
So every time a Canadian player would come to that hole before they would hit, all the fans sang the national anthem. I mean, it was spectacular.
Oh, Canada.
Yes, Canada. Yeah, it was spectacular.
I loved it the way it ended.
Yeah.
I'm a big Fleetwood guy, and I love to see him finally get a win. He hasn't gotten a win yet on tour, and You hope for that someday because it's a good dude.
Yeah,
it just came down to a playoff, which was nice. So here's the radio call. This is Sirius XM, the PGA Tour, with Nick Taylor's winning putt.
Swing of the putter. Comes up with some speed. Now up the rise. For the eagle. For the win. To the cup. To the cup. The drought is over. The drought is over. Nick Taylor with the eagle. The 2023 RBC Canadian Open champion. History.
5 seconds.
Exemption. He's an icon now in this country.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
That guy's
2 minutes.
Pay for a Molson Golden again.
Yeah.
How great is that?
That was a great radio call. Very descriptive. See, Manuch gets all bent out of shape. He thinks I get too excited when I call football.
No.
I call football.
No, I love it. I mean,
it's fun.
I always say, we just need the play-by-play guy.
You get excited. Just remember to get the hell out so I can jump into the color analysis. That's the whole key
right there.
Yeah, I'm right.
But the big story as Jimmy mentioned, while it happened, his good buddy, Adam Hadwin, who is also Canadian and one of Taylor's good buddies who finished tied for 12th in the tournament, decided to kind of run out there and spray him with a beverage. Unfortunately, security didn't know who he was.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Just tackled him like crazy. And if you have not seen the video, it is a must-see video to see this guy come out on the putting green with his bottle of champagne or water, or whatever it was,
champagne,
and then just get freaking pummeled.
Yeah.
And there's so many different angles that you could see it. And, you see the commentator from CBS, she's laughing. You're seeing everybody just going, do you know who that is? and when he gets up, everybody's, and he was super cool about it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But, hey, way to go. What do they call those guys up there? The
Mounties?
The Mounties got to him, yeah.
I tip my hat to security guard.
Don't mess with the Mounties.
Yeah. Hey, I tip my hat to the security guard because he was doing what he was paid to do.
And boy, he got him.
He got him. I mean,
they need to bring him. They need to get him in Philly. They need to get him in New York. They need to get him in L.A. They need to start working some baseball games.
The Argos already at training camp. Get the Argos looking down there in Toronto.
I'd call that guy right away.
Top plays from yesterday are brought to you by the Valley Chevy Dealers. Your Valley Chevy dealer serving the Valley for over 80 years. Yes, 80 years. You got to check out the Chevy Trailblazer. It's perfect for whatever you're up to or wherever you're off to. So check it out, valleychevy.com. Hey, tomorrow we will take the show to Barrio Queen. We do it every Tuesday. We'll be out the Gilbert location as part of our El Bandino Tequila Tuesday. We'll be there from 1 to 4. We encourage you to stop by, have some incredible, authentic Mexican food, and try the new El Bandino Yankee Tequila. Coming up, it's Game 5. And I went on record 5. Manuch went on record 6. Jimmy went on record 5. We didn't ask Jax because he's already taking days off when I least need him to this weekend. So he's in the doghouse with me today. So can the Heat reel off 2 wins in a row and tie this baby up? We're going to catch up with our resident NBA insider, 3-time NBA champion, Scott Williams will join us next as we are live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona, right here on Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending. Sports 910 Phoenix.
Should be a fun night for the Diamondbacks. They return home after a perfect 5-0 road trip. They'll entertain the Phillies with Tommy Henry on the mound. Outfielders Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Corbin Carroll show up in the top 5 of the first 2023 MLB All-Star ballot voting returns. The Mercury will be adjusting the team's travel arrangements following an incident at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport over the weekend with an internet personality described by the team as a provocateur. Former Cardinals pass rusher J.J. Watt will be honored by his former team, the Texans, with an induction into their Ring of Honor. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-72.
Scott's ready to go.
That's allcitytowing.com.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use
30 seconds.
Ordinary brand, so you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker upper.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at nbusa.com.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Our approach has to be that we're down 3-1. You know, they're desperate. We have to be more desperate. They're hungry. We have to be hungrier. And there is no celebrating after game 4. We have another game that we have to win. And to close that game is always the hardest game ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing our approach. You know, we had it in game 6 against Phoenix. We had it in game 5.
You guys are hot, about 10 seconds.
Game 4 against the Lakers. And my hope is that tomorrow night, in front of just an unbelievable crowd, incredible environment, that our players understand the opportunity in front of them and take full advantage of it.
That's the coach, Michael Malone from the Denver Nuggets, as they'll go at it tonight. Joining us now, the author. I mean, what do you think's a bigger deal? 3-time NBA champion or author?
Well, the author,
author,
very educated, and 3-time NBA
sounds
champion.
tall.
Yeah,
He sounds
very official.
Scott Williams joins us on the right toe to guest sign. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? You guys make it sound like I'm sitting with like a smoking jacket, a pipe, and a beer, you know, with a brandy or something, making me out to be somebody that's more highly educated than I actually am there with that author title, but I appreciate it.
Yeah,
you today. I love it.
You couldn't get into Duke, huh?
Oh, what a shot!
Low blow.
Hey, I mean, I can see you being an author and holding up court at Gainey Ranch. Rumor has it that you kind of go around there sometimes, but I have yet to see you there, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, good times down here in the valley. Although the temperatures are getting a little hot for the golf course. I slipped up to Sedona this week, and I hope you guys had a good weekend too. And I hope to get down and watch the D-backs play a little bit as they're home for an extended period of time here.
Absolutely.
And playing some good baseball. What, they got a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So, yeah.
3.5.
Hey,
than I thought.
Yeah, everybody's got to pinch themselves, but it's good stuff. We're loving it. All right, so let's get to this NBA Game 5 finals. First, you've been in situations like this. I mean, you played for a long time. What can Miami do to get back into this tonight? What do they really need to do? Does it all start with the Butler?
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to that soundbite that you played from Coach Michael Malone there. The closeout games are the toughest. There's a lot of distractions. I remember coming back from Portland one night, 31 years ago, when I was with the Bulls, and we were trying to close out the Trailblazers at home and found ourselves down by 15 points to start the fourth quarter. Just so many distractions and preparations and trying to get tickets and family and friends in and out of town and where you're going to party after the game when you win it all. You lose track that you've got to go out there and focus and play a game and with a defensive effort, and the Trailblazers jumped on us. Now, the Nuggets have been so good, especially on the road, holding the Heat to under 45% from the field. In fact, once under 40% in those two games that they had down there in Miami. If they lock in defensively, there is no way the Heat are going to steal this game in the Mile High City. They have just been too good, and they're doing it while shooting close to 50% from the field themselves. A 49% game. They shot 14 to 28 from behind the three-point line. So, a fair number of three-point shots, but they're making a high percentage of them. They got a great contribution on the road off their bench in both of those games. Both Brown and Braun played extremely well in games 3 and 4, respectively. And you just got to think that Jimmy Butler just can't do it by himself. He goes to 25 points. But it was the most uninspired looking 25 points that we've seen out of Jimmy all of the playoffs. It seems like the Nuggets have snatched the lifeblood out of Butler. And when he's down, the rest of the team's down. All the starters minus in the plus-minus category and double digits.
Scott, you watched the Joker play, and you look at him, 27 points or the 23 points, but the only 4 assists. But I think the one thing is how he incorporates everybody into the game early on, how he got Gordon involved early on. Porter, who's been struggling, how he got him involved. A couple of nice little short passes for some easy shots, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think that's pointed out enough how ingrained, how much he gets everybody involved throughout the entire game, especially those that are struggling, to give them some confidence in that offense.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon, who knew, right? 27 and 5, a joke addition to him. The high hand off at the rim for those high percentage. He shoots a high percentage from the field. Michael Porter Jr., who has been struggling from behind the arc, he goes inside, gets a couple buckets. He's in double figures with 11 points. We mentioned Brown off that bench with the 20, but they keyed in, right? The guys go for 2 30-point triple doubles on Jokic and Murray, and they slow them down, right? They hold them to a combined 38 points. But it's the other guys that they're able to get involved. You mentioned Jokic with the 4 assists, and then Murray comes back with 12 assists. So it's like, where do you want to try to attack these guys? If you let Jokic score, then he's just too good, right? He'll go for 40 on a high percentage. And if you try to make him a passer, well, okay, he passes the ball off and gets other guys involved, and he and Murray, he'll get Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon going. So it's just too much going. It's too much defense. I don't see the way that he can go on the road and get this victory. It seems like all those undrafted guys that played so well for 3 playoff series now, the Nuggets have figured out how to slow them down, and they're not being an impact in the outcome of these basketball games.
All right, Scott, help me out here now on this. Tyler Hero has been upgraded to questionable. He says he's going to suit up He's going to try to play with that broken hand. He broke it in the first game in the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks. In your time in the league, how difficult is it for a player to be out with an injury, sit out as long as he has, and then try to come back and help his team?
Who? We're not talking about an all NBAer here coming back in a closeout game to try to save their team. I mean, Tyler Herro's a great shooter from the outside, but I just think the Nuggets got too many answers for him, especially with the rust factor. There's not going to be a rest involved with this. Sure, he may go for double digits in scoring, but when they're failing to score 100 points every time they step on the floor, I just don't think that's going to be enough. You know, the Nuggets are going to be in that 106 to 114 range. Mm-hmm. And I just don't think that he can match that even with Hero coming back to try to help them.
All right, fair enough. And let me follow up then with my other question, and it is on Jamal Murray. And that is, in your estimation, did you see, I know he was out last year with the knee injury, but did you see this guy coming at the level that he is playing at now? Maybe last year before he was hurt?
I did not. No, and I'll be honest. Who was really paying much attention to the Denver Nuggets, even when Jokic was winning those MVP awards, the back-to-back MVP awards, which probably should have got it again this year, right? Let's be honest. But we know how the voters never like to give it to one player 3 times in a row because that's rare territory. But they were kind of the San Antonio Spurs, right? They won basketball games, but they weren't fun to really watch. You know, I really enjoyed this run this year, and a big reason is because Murray does so much on the floor, right? He gets in the lane, he knocks him down the outside shots, he gets out in transition. He's just a fun player to watch. But I know I can't sit up here and lie to you and tell you, oh, yeah, everybody knew that Murray was going to have a great big playoff run, and he'd be one of the reasons why the Denver Nuggets were going to win the NBA.
2 minutes.
Here they are sitting on this Monday afternoon with a chance to wrap it up and give the Nuggets their first NBA championship crown.
Scott, a lot of rumors about CP3, DeAndre Ayton. Either of those two, will they be in Suns uniforms this coming year, in your opinion? This coming season?
Well, yeah, you know, everyone's been kind of talking about the way that they've been rebuilding that staff, the coaching staff. I mean, Fizdale's a great hire, retaining Young. Obviously, Frank Vogel coming here, being the lead guy, the defense that he brings to the table. I love CP3, right? I'm a big fan of pass first point guard, getting everybody involved. I know he's got a big number attached to his salary. There's a lot of ways that maybe they can reconstruct that deal, try to keep him in the Valley. It might be tough because his family's out in Los Angeles, and he might want to be a little closer to them if he's going to have to take a hit to his contract. But he's a great point guard.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Right. Well, will he be healthy in late April, May, and June when you're trying to make that playoff push? And unfortunately, the injuries have just caught up with him time and time again. DeAndre Ayton, I listened to Frank Vogel's press conference, and he said he's the guy that can get the number 1 draft pick to be more consistent on the floor, and the guy knows more about basketball than I ever will. So I'm going to leave my faith in him that maybe just a new voice in the locker room can get DA motivated to go out there and try to play
Scott,
on a consistent basis.
Scott, good stuff as always, man. Have a great week. Thanks for the time today. That's a great Scott Williams. Scott Williams joining us, and again, he's got this great book out. You got to check it out, called Through the Fire, a memoir of trauma and loss, basketball and triumph. Amazon, you get it anywhere. He's also the GCU television color analyst, and as I mentioned in the outset, 3-time NBA champion. So we appreciate Scott joining us today. Coming up, it is our random fact of the day. Would you rather be 30% smarter or 90% more attractive? And first it was the Formula One, then it was the PGA Tour. Now the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is saying he's not ruling out Saudi Arabia and the PIF entering the league in some form. We'll talk about that as we continue on here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Shaq left, they're fine. LeBron left, they're fine. D. Wade left, they're fine. It's the basketball franchise in the star-driven sport. In the star-dependent sport, it's that culture, not the Patriots, that survived the loss of great stars.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's time to tee it up at Vans Golf Shops for the hottest gifts for dads and grads. Featuring the Titleist TSR drivers. Elevate your game and hit faster, longer, and straighter with the Titleist TSR drivers. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. There's always gift cards for dads and grads in any amount. Vans Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us in store or online at vansgolfshops.com.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's RIGHT to 55678.
You hear it in other lawyer ads, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same. Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's worse than calling your groin your junk? Treating it like junk. Respect your pubic region with Gillette Intimate. Gentle and easy pubic hair care from America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. Gillette, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
30 seconds.
A bug, get it. But the chances of actually hitting it over there are statistically, it's still alive. Unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem. Rooted in nature, optimized by science.
The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by Pete Rose, who was not in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my
You guys are hot.
neighbor had 3 rabbits?
Now time for Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
With Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, the PIF, working its way through pro golf, now there's some talk that it may lead to some other sports. We already know about Formula One, but NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said he won't completely outrule the possibility of the PIF entering the league. In what way, not sure, but the money's so big. China's already involved. Why not bring in Saudi Arabia to the NBA, right? Just add to it.
Yeah,
Why not?
He's already gone that road with China, no matter what people think or not. He talked about international. That's definitely international. And
it is.
with the kind of money that Jay Monahan was spending with the lawsuit, we kind of figured that was the gist of why he settled. He's already spent $50 million. You can't outspend him, but that was the gist of the settlement. So Adam Silver's looking at, okay, maybe if they got that kind of money, we can't outspend them, join them.
So the PIF owns the Premier League's Newcastle United, but any investment in the NBA, it says here, would have to be for a non-controlling stake. So they allow them to invest in the teams, but they can't have the control. So stay tuned on that one. There's that saying, good looks can only take you so far. Mm-hmm. But what if good looks could take you 90% farther? A poll asked more than 8,000 people, would you rather be 30% smarter or 90% more attractive? And it was close. 53% of people said they would rather be 90% more attractive, while 46% would choose 30% smarter. And some of the people had some solid reasons for their votes, but
Okay.
like, I'm already pretty smart, right? So
Yeah.
I'll take the
I'll take the look. Yeah.
Much better to be exceptional at one of them than in both of them. Looks fade with age, and all that. On the flip side, one person said, "I'm smart enough, but being attractive in life is like lowering the difficulty, and I'm smart enough to know that being smarter would only make me more unhappy
Because I'm smart enough.
Yeah,
I could do that whole Saturday
Speaking of
Night
Michael-
Live. But yes, that whole Saturday Night Live bit. And doggone it, people like.
Well, if you already got the looks, obviously you want to go
I
with
know.
a little smarter. I mean, people as they age, they
So
like
which
a
one would
fine
you
wine.
guys go with?
I'd go smarter because I already got the looks. I'm good.
Yeah,
I feel
Go
I'm there.
quarterback.
Yeah, I'm good.
Jimmy, this had nothing to do with height. So this was just, this is all, So would you go smarter or more attractive?
I'm already stud boy, so I would probably take the.
How can you be stud boy? No guys are stud boys when they're short.
Oh, are you
You
kidding
never
me?
have you ever heard someone say, "Man,
how tall is
he's
Tom
hot.
Cruise?
He's only 5'5".
How tall is Tom Cruise?
All right, that's one exception.
I'm just throwing that out. That's all. I mean, there's lots of stud boys my height.
Stallone's all 5'8".
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy's 5'5". He's right
I'm
there.
not either 5'5".
Yeah, 5'4".
No,
Did not. You
you're
said
going
not
the
either.
wrong way.
Dude,
Going the wrong way.
we will have to do a on live measurement because I think you're full of it. And no hat and no Skechers.
All right.
Because Skechers give you 3 inches.
They're just regular shoes.
No, those are
they're the
Skechers.
same height as what
Oh, no.
Manuch
Look
got
at
on.
those soles on those things.
They're the same as
Damn.
Manuch.
They're like platforms.
Do you have,
my God.
insoles in there too?
Oh my gosh. You guys.
What would you take, Rock?
So what would you take? I'd take to be smarter.
Yeah, I did the
obviously.
smart.
No, I think, Rock, you should take the looks.
If you're smarter, I mean, no, I'm having a problem. I'm doing all right.
We are so humble around here.
Yeah,
we are, aren't we?
Shit. I mean, the reason why I'm gonna be 55, never been married, right? A list of modern day phrases we'd love to get rid of forever. So every now and then, people talk about retiring words or phrases, and usually it's teenage internet slang that has run its course, and then it starts annoying everybody, and it's generational, right?
Sure. Yep.
So there's a list here of a bunch of phrases that they would like to see go away. Just get rid of them.
I'm curious to hear these.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Jimmy.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah.
That's me.
What I always say, it is what it is.
That's Rock's birthday party. Boys will be boys.
That's it.
Just saying.
Uh-huh.
Thoughts and prayers.
Oh, get rid of that.
The overuse and misuse of gaslighting. The overuse and misuse of literally. The misuse of I could care less. Put yourself up by your bootstraps.
Pull yourself up by
yeah,
your bootstraps.
yeah.
How about this one? Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of those lately.
Everything happens for a reason. That's
Oh, boy.
BS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now I don't believe this one. Money can't buy happiness.
I don't believe that
I don't
either.
believe that either.
I don't either.
I mean,
no.
it totally can.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah,
right.
I've never
I've never
understood that.
used that.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, but I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry to say this, but I'm not sorry to
And
say
the
this.
number one of all these phrases, modern day phrases that, according to this poll, would like to see go away forever. The customer is always right. That is bull. You know what? For somebody that's worked in almost every single industry,
You're right.
from making taco shells at Taco Bell to serving to bartending,
3 minutes.
to what we do now, that's not true because there's some dumb people out there,
you're
and there's
not kidding.
just because they're dumb doesn't mean that they're right.
Yeah, Rock, it's interesting. That seems to have fallen by the wayside. The customer's always right because you go into so many places, it's like some of these folks don't even care. Yeah, whatever. I'm like, whatever happened to serving the customer and being polite and courteous?
But we're trying to get rid of it, Manuch,
Yeah.
because there's people like not you, but in particular other people that
Yeah.
they don't deserve to get treated well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the way they treat people.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I
I mean,
can
you're
see
the
it.
one that loves it. Jimmy was here the other day, but we talked about, walking into QT and the greeting.
Sure.
Hello, welcome. That's annoying to me, but you like it.
I
Manuch.
love it. Hi, how are you guys?
You love walking into QT and getting the hello.
How are you guys doing? What's going on today?
Or I can't stand at 5:30 in the morning. I'm in
Well, that's 5:30 in the morning.
No, let me finish. if I'm 5:30 in the morning at the drive-thru at Starbucks and I'm ordering just a black coffee, and the woman, the guy, is so freaking excited at 5:30, yeah, I just need a black coffee. That's it. And hey, you need a black coffee? Can I get you a muffin with that? You need anything else with that? Room for cream? No, just black coffee. Damn.
What are you doing up at 5:30 anyway?
He's out the about, man. He's got that coffee.
4:35.
There's a time where you see that.
You see all this prep? You think this just happens? You think it's AI? I snap the finger. How you guys stuff to read every day?
I see it all, but I didn't realize that it started at 4:30 in the morning.
Like 3 hours every day to do this. Hey, the random fact today is brought to you by the Valley Chevy dealers. When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle or pre-owned, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. Go to valleychevy.com to find a dealer.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Coming up in hour number 2, Craig Fooey will join us. Looking forward to catching up with him. Also, we will do a weekend roundup as Deion Sanders is in the news. The IRS is in the news for what we may not like. Memphis going to the Big 12. KSU, I mean, really?
Yeah.
I mean, are they a basketball school?
Yeah,
now?
all of a sudden.
Here we go.
30
JJ
seconds.
Watt's in the news. So we got a lot of stuff to get into, kind of recap if you missed it. It was such a great weekend of weather. Hopefully you got out and enjoyed it. But we'll get you caught up in some of the off-the-wall stories that you may have missed. So that's coming up at about 2:15. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B out here at the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Great place to watch Game
10
5
seconds.
of the NBA Finals. Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax got you here at the casino, the only Casino, Arizona.
Do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
That was a great dinner.
So great. Wait, where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
What? When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
They picked up the car already?
No, I parked around the corner. But they are picking it up tomorrow and paying me right on the spot.
Oh, no wonder you picked up the check.
Yeah, about that. Thought we were going halvesies.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
When I can't sleep, my mind just races. I think about work, the kids, but I don't think about taking melatonin because I'm afraid I'll feel groggy in the morning.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's Gummies has an optimal dose of melatonin for no next day grogginess, so you can fall asleep naturally and wake up feeling refreshed. ZzzQuil Pure Z's gummies for better sleep like never before. And try Pure Z Sleep Plus Next Day Energy with melatonin plus extended release B vitamins.
Take back summer with Tucson. Go to visittucson.org/summer.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Former Cardinals pass rusher J.J. Watt will be honored by his former team, the Texans, with an induction into their Ring of Honor. The D-backs are back home after going 5-0 in their recent road trip. They get set to entertain the Phillies tonight with Tommy Henry as the probable starter. Diamondbacks outfielders Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Corbin Carroll show up in the top 5 of the first 2023 MLB All-Star ballot voting returns. Miami Heat guard Tyler Hero was upgraded to questionable on the injury report, and he'll attempt to play in tonight's Game 5 against the Nuggets after missing 2 months with a broken hand. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Weather Center. Plumbing and electric.
30 seconds.
I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts. Nice conditions today, finishing up at 92 for your afternoon. 70 degrees your overnight low.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Time for the top local EAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better
You guys are hot.
in the valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
We are live from the Sportsbook, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Watching the ESPN NFL Live right now. They just had showed a presser with Bill Belichick of the Patriots. Guys never have. It's like, and of course, they're talking to him because DeAndre Hopkins is expected to visit. And, and they have not had a 1,000-yard receiver since Julian Edelman back in 2019. And he just like what happened to him a few weeks ago, he got in a little trouble.
Yeah.
I love it.
He got put in the corner for 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Timeout.
Yeah.
He totally hates that. I don't know how much longer he's going to do it.
What's he, 70 now?
Arguably the best coach.
Yeah. All time.
Yes. But as we've had some people on, Sabatini from Boston, guy's got a losing record now without Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I think that's
the argument was who is better without. Well, he's not better without Tom Brady for sure. Interesting that you see him now. LeGarrette Blount is back there. Many Camp LeGarrette Blount, former running back. Now he's living out here, and Dotson, the receiver that played here for a little bit, they're back there. And I think LeGarrette's Twitter page had him out there, and it's kind of a coaching internship type thing they're doing. And there he is. There's Belichick, smiling away, and they're laughing and cutting up have you, and that type of thing. I mean, I don't think it's not that he doesn't have a personality. I think you do when you see him on some of the shows and they go over some of the greatest of all time. It's just that when he's dealing with the press, it's like it's that necessary evil he feels he has to deal with. And his personality, it's not his personality, I don't think. But with the press, it is. He's only going to give you so much. That's his moniker. That's his mantra since day one. And that's all he's going to give you.
Here's a funny story that I can tell you about him. I was there doing a Bills-Patriots game, and the Patriots blew them out, right? So I'm down on the field doing the post-game show, and I'm over by the Patriots locker room, and everybody's gone. And I'm just wrapping things up. Here comes Belichick walking out of the tunnel. So I'm just live, just getting ready to say goodbye to everybody, and I see him out of the corner of my eye. And I said, "Hey, Coach, you want to come on for a couple minutes?" I just said that live. Walks right over, did about 5 minutes with me, and that was it. And he wasn't, because he was happy because they won in such an extraordinary fashion. I think it was like 38-10, something like that. But he was jovial and comfortable. And then when I asked him maybe 5 minutes, and that was it. And then he just walked off. It was I expected to get the deadpan, like he does national media every time.
So today, there was a media. He made a media appearance, and they asked about the truth of the report that Hopkins is going to be visiting the Patriots. And all the media wants to know, and probably the fans there, was when is he going to be there? And this is how he responded. I don't know about that. Talk to him. We're walking through it. Not sure. Come on, Bill.
He's not tipping his hat one way or the other, Rock.
Ever.
He's not going to do that. He's just not. It just is. Hey, look, you're not going to change the stripes on that guy whatsoever. I mean, he's just going to be that way. And when he comes out with his book, after it's all said and done, maybe I'll be curious to read the book and find out some of the things that made him so successful. The one guy that his right-hand guy has been with him forever has been the genius behind a lot of the moves, a lot of the things they've done.
But here's where he kind of pokes at the reporter because, they followed up because they just, you don't know,
right.
And he goes, I think it relates more to the logistics and things like that. I'm not really a travel agent. I'm not going to say it's going to happen here or it's not going to happen here.
That's Phil.
I mean, right there, he's got to throw in the travel agent.
I can neither confirm nor deny that D-Hop is coming in.
But see, that shows off his sense of humor.
That's his humor.
Yeah,
it's very dry.
Yes, it is. Yep.
But if you're not a Patriot fan,
right,
you can't stand the guy.
Yeah. He's poking at the press.
He does that every.
I know, but it's
press conference. I know. I'm with you.
Anytime he's in front of a mic, you're going to get deadpan one way or the other.
A top local story, D-backs, they capped off the weekend with their 5th straight win yesterday. They scored 4 runs to the top of the 9th. They beat the bad Tigers team 7-5. They're having one of their longest losing streaks in quite some time. Haven Smith, who's been not doing quite well, but he did all right last night with a 7th home run of the year. And the D-backs now on top of the National League West by 3.5 games. They're 40-25, 15 games over 500. They have the Phillies tonight, which had to make that trip. This is a good betting game. We should probably talk to Jax, take the points. He knows the betting.
Right.
This team had a day game yesterday with the Dodgers in Philadelphia. Get on a plane and then come on out here.
Well, they don't play till this evening, but still, I get where you're
Still
going on the
24
travel.
hours.
I know, but it's a charter flight.
It's 5 hours.
Yeah, and so it's 4.5 from Philly. And so you get on, and then you relax on the plane and snooze a little bit. You get here, and you pick up 3 hours. So when you left, it might have been, what time did they play? What time did they get done playing? About 4 o'clock?
4. Let's say they got done 4. They probably got out of there by 8 o'clock. So that would have been 5 o'clock our time.
Yep.
They get here at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just say 5 hours. I've taken it more than you have.
No, but this is.
I lived it.
I know, but I go back and forth
charter
all
goes
the
faster.
time.
So charter goes faster than regular.
I was going to say it's lighter, Jimmy, so they'll go
because
faster.
it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours coming this way. It's 4.5 going that way.
That's correct. But
are you sure?
No.
No, you're not sure?
No, I know it's less. It's 3.5. It's from here to
not
the
3.5.
It's 3.5. I went from here to Atlanta in 3.5 hours.
Okay, we're not talking. We're talking Philadelphia.
Yes, I'm well aware of that. I know where Philly is.
Where'd the 3.5 hours come from?
So they threw it. The guy flew it in 3.5 hours. Had a monstrous tailwind
to Atlanta.
So your one time.
Yeah.
Your one time.
Yes.
You're going to say, all right, it's only 3.5.
So I'm just one time
to Atlanta.
To Atlanta.
Yeah, which doesn't have anything to do with Philly.
Well, Philly's not on the East Coast. It's not on the coast. It's not New York. It's not. So
wait.
It's not Boston.
So Philly.
It's in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania does not touch a body of water.
It is
not on the limited East Coast. It does not officially have a coastline. That's my point.
Okay.
Well, I'm sitting out of this one. It's all you, bud.
I mean,
I
wish we were in a bar.
I know.
Hey, can I give me a shot and give me 2, and then I want to finish this conversation. So you're basically saying all I want is a yes/no answer.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do
whatever I say will be yes or no.
Okay, fair enough.
So the city of Philadelphia is not considered on the East Coast?
It's considered on the East Coast.
But you said it's not the East
But it
Coast.
does not. It doesn't touch a body of water. You're not going all the way to the East
You
Coast.
just said it's
So that river, so the bridges that I got to take over to get to New Jersey.
The Schuylkill River, which is so polluted, it's unbelievable. The fish are all dead in it. Does not count as the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, so you just said it's not the East Coast, but then now you said it's considered the East Coast. So what is it?
It is considered the East Coast when you're in Pennsylvania. When you're in, let's see, no, Ohio is not considered the East. It's more Midwestern.
Yeah, Midwest.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. But if you're in Pennsylvania, if you're headed down south toward West Virginia or Virginia, they even consider those states as East Coast.
So let me ask
but
you.
they don't touch the ocean, which is the official East Coast.
So let me ask you. So just it's called the Delaware River. Okay, so the Delaware River, and where the Delaware River comes from, comes from the Atlantic Ocean. So the water kind of comes down, goes through Delaware,
Body of
between
water.
New Jersey and Delaware. So if you're in Philadelphia, you got to go over a bridge.
That is correct.
And that's the Delaware River.
I've been there.
Yeah, you go over to Walt Whitman, to Ben Franklin, whatever, and then you go into New Jersey. In 45 minutes, you can walk on sand. So there's the Atlantic, right?
That's 45 minutes away.
So, but Philly,
That's pretty damn close to the coastline right there.
I don't know
how much closer.
45
Is
minutes
Atlanta
away.
on the East Coast?
Atlanta is not on the East Coast.
Oh, it's not.
No, it is in the time zone, but it's
3
not
minutes.
on a body of water. It's landlocked.
602-260-9191. Anybody that's in this industry, what would this be? Geographic industry?
Yeah,
That can kind of
geographical industry.
Yeah, we need a doctor of geographics that could come here and give us a little schooling on Jimmy.
I could give you the
There's work in every freaking market, so you got to give them respect there.
Yeah.
But when you're saying that Philly is not, it's not on the East Coast, you are so wrong.
It is not considered. It's an East Coast time zone, but it is not on the East Coast officially on the East Coast because it doesn't connect to the body of water, which is the Atlantic Ocean.
Is Charlotte East Coast?
No, doesn't. It is on the East Coast, but it doesn't connect to a body of water. Raleigh-Durham, same deal. You can go on and on. Virginia Beach, yes, Virginia Beach.
Well, that makes sense.
Well,
there.
that's 2 minutes. Virginia Beach.
It's New Hampshire?
No,
it's on the East Coast.
It's on the East Coast, but
But
there's
it's
no
not.
body of
Yeah.
water. Massachusetts connects to a body of water.
How about Rhode
which
Island?
Is Rhode Island connects. I've worked there too.
South Carolina.
South Carolina is, yes, it does
North
connect.
Carolina.
North Carolina does, but
Okay.
not Charlotte.
New York City.
Delaware.
New York
How about
City.
Delaware?
Delaware is landlocked. It is not on the official body of water.
Bangor, Maine.
I will.
I
take
have not.
that.
I have not been
I will
to Bangor,
I'll
Maine.
take the Delaware one. Big
Okay.
time. I'll take that.
All right,
you know.
fair enough.
How about the little town that you grew in? I worked in Allentown.
I liked Allentown. It's a cute little suburb of Philly. It was nice.
So it's a suburb of Philly, which is on the East Coast.
It's in the Eastern time zone.
You just said it was part of the East Coast.
It
It's
is part of the
right?
East
We never
Coast,
talked
but
about
it's
time
not
zone.
official.
But we
It's
never
not
talked about
official.
time zone.
Well, it's not
Jimmy.
officially on the East
I
Coast.
think you're lost in your own thoughts
No,
now.
I'm not.
What are we?
1 minute,
Just
1 minute.
explaining.
How about Annapolis, Maryland?
Annapolis is, there's the bay there.
Yeah,
Maryland.
Where's that water coming from?
I know.
Got that
The bay is
Michael
there.
Jackson glove back.
No, I'm not walking anywhere, Bill. Now you're going to tell me that the bay, which runs into Baltimore, is.
So I just pulled up from. You ever heard of Expedia?
Yeah, it's a travel site.
So you would think they would know what the East Coast cities are, right? So if they're selling East Coast cities, and if I see on there, I see Annapolis, Maryland.
Oh, sure.
I see Block Island, which is Rhode Island. Killington, Vermont, which I would have said,
I've
wow.
skied. I got news for you. I've skied at Killington.
So have I.
Oh, good.
Stowe,
Okay.
I've
Yeah,
skied,
ski there too.
Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Uh-huh.
Myrtle Beach, we know that
Yes,
one.
we know that one. That is official
Westport,
East
New,
Coast.
all right.
Yeah.
Connecticut, Frederick, Maryland. We're not. Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Is Florida on the East Coast?
Florida is because
Oh,
it
it
is
is.
surrounded by water.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta is not
All right,
officially
according to
on the East Coast.
According to Expedia.
Wow,
yeah.
There's no water from the Atlantic
Oh.
Ocean on there.
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Gettysburg is in the Eastern time zone, but is not on the East Coast.
I think Jimmy's trying to say,
not on the water.
Jimmy's trying to say back east versus East Coast.
That is
You can
correct.
just say back east.
Okay.
And there's East Coast.
Thanks, Manuch, for bailing me
There
out.
you go, Jimmy.
Don't bail in there. No, it's just. Hey, we are out here at the CAZ Sports Bar. That was by far one of the most.
I set that
informative.
one.
I think so. I thought it was very insightful.
A geographical moment of the year right there.
We are out here at the CAC Sportsbook. They got 46 4K flat screens open every day at 8 a.m. till 11. Good stuff. Well, if you were taking advantage of this incredible weather this weekend, you missed out on some of the off-the-wall stories, and we are going to bring them back to you next. It's what we call our weekend roundup. Some teasers for you to keep you engaged. The IRS made a ruling on NIL, and we have now 4 potential CP3 teams that he may end up on, and much, much more. We'll get into that next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights.
You want to record the tease for the Scott Williams replay?
Clutch every day.
I believe you will be teasing Frank Sanders.
The number 1.
Ready when you are. Perfect. Thanks, Rock.
And shop us online at vansgolfshops.com.
Every truck tells a story. Make yours a strong one, like the all-new 2023 Silverado 1500 LT Turbo Max, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona. Visit any of the 13 Valley Chevy dealers or online at valleychevy.com.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals.
GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License NB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
If your pubic region was quote-unquote junk, you wouldn't need America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. But it's not. So show some respect with Gillette Intimate. For a gentle and easy shave, Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedals,
30 seconds,
the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
More sports, more Jody. The Drive with Jody Ayler. Now in mornings 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
You guys are hot.
The sports fans' paradise. You are locked into Fox Sports 910. Live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
All right, let's get to some of the weekend roundup, some of the stories you may have missed because you were enjoying the weather. I know I was. Played my best round of golf in quite some time.
Wow.
Yeah, doing well. Lessons are helping. Tempo, left foot.
Yes.
Plant it.
Yeah.
Stop raising it.
Slow down, Rox.
When I was a little leaguer, you step out of the box.
That's it.
That is what's killed my
Foot in the bucket.
Stepping out
foot in
of
the bucket.
Yep.
So now we've worked on that. We're doing pretty good. So I appreciate Randy. Thank you, Randy. Because the last few months I've been mother, you know what?
Woo!
I mean, damn it, Randy.
Yeah. All his fault.
Instead of F-bombs when you have a bad shot, I would just yell Randy.
Sure.
It's always just and I know Randy listens to the show. I don't know if he's listening now. He's more of a follows us.
It's always
on
the swing
Instagram,
coach's fault, Rock.
Well, who else would it be? I used to be Dalby, and then Dalby fired me. I mean, how do you fire the customer, the student? I mean, it's like I can't do anything for you, Rock. You need somebody else.
That might be a first. He fired the client.
That's great.
Per SI, the IRS Chief Counsel issued a memo concluding that donations made to the NIL, that's name, image, and likeness collectives, are not tax exempt. Now, this memo stated that benefits provided to college athletes are not incidental, but quantitatively and quantitatively to any exempt purpose. So this isn't a shocking decision in the college world, but it could have some impact on some of the NIL operations. There are dozens of collectives that have been received through the 501c3 status, that these are money that have been received from boosters who believe their donations were tax exempt. That's like XYZ at Arizona State. So here's $1 million. He thinks it's tax exempt. Well, it's not. And that could be a problem because you're looking for write-offs and all that other stuff. So one associate AD said this. He said, "What charity are you donating to? You're not. You're lining kids' pockets to keep them at your school." He then went on to say, "That's not a charity. That's a way to get around tax laws, which leads to tax evasion and opens up a different can of worms for donors."
Well, it makes sense. It's like, okay, we'd love you to donate, and if they think they're just donating as, hey, it's going to go to that program, I guess a clarification of, we're donating to the football program, but that donation is going to help pay for NIL guys in the collective. Makes sense. The IRS wants, okay, if you're going to do that, we want to make sure we tax you on that. But the donor might be going, well, my intention was 501c3, but if football's going, well, we're going to donate to that quarterback. We're going to put $50,000 in for him. So therein lies where that rub is. They have to go ahead and tax them on that there. Unless they're specific about this is going to the use of equipment, i.e. helmets, pads, so on and so forth, or it's an actual donation for the program versus NIL use.
Yes, but if their fund is set up just as a single fund, then you don't really know.
You don't know.
That's it. That's the key.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to almost specify, hey, I'm going to give ASU $50,000 toward this specifically, but if you want to keep those players, you go, it's toward the NIL specifically, it's got to be taxed. You just know that.
Yeah. One story you want to kind of follow this year, this college football season, that is the hope that the University of Pittsburgh and the University of Colorado are going to play in a bowl game.
I hope.
Because Pat Narduzzi, who's the head coach at Pitt, and Deion Sanders, now Colorado, have become this little feud over the transfer portal and how some of his tactics, that being Deion Sanders, are what he says, it's not what the rule was intended to be.
Sure.
And now they're going back
Spirit of the law.
Yeah. Because since he's been hired there at Colorado, 70 players have left or been told to leave. The numbers are astonishing when you really look at that, because the Buffs had the nation's #1 transfer portal class this year. The the scholarships players from that last year, which are 1-11, in total, 18 players have entered the portal. More than 40 players in total have filtered in, and nearly 50 have entered the transfer portal. I mean, what a change. But, in Deion's defense,
sure.
that's the rule. Yeah. That's what the cards have been dealt now, and he's embracing it. He's embracing the fact that there's professionalism now in college football.
Well, but the other thing, too,
plain and simple.
The place was a mess.
It was
What was he
awful.
going to do? I mean, for Narduzzi, okay, you've got a few players there. Matter of fact, a couple of his players.
3 minutes.
The receiver that left, 2 years ago, went to USC, came out in the draft. I mean, it's like I almost feel like saying, look, stay in your lane. You mind your own house. Clean your own house up. What was Deion going to do? They were a mess. He even told the kids, look, I'm here. If you want to move on because of what we're going to do, when he laid out their plan, then feel free to do so, because I've got my job is to turn this into a winning program with all the money coming in. If that's his job to turn around and use a transfer portal, which is legal, by the way, Mr. Narduzzi or Coach Narduzzi, what are you complaining about? So if this is the spirit of the rule or spirit of what's going on, good luck trying to change that.
It reminds me a little bit of college basketball when they went to the one and done, and how many coaches started using the one and doners, and then other coaches came back and said,
sure,
that's awful.
Sure.
It's the same scenario, only there's dollars and cents involved in this.
Realignment
2 minutes.
College sports is still a big story. The Big 12, there's some rumors that a bunch of executives from the Big 12 just recently visited the University of Memphis, kind of doing some due diligence on their potential conference addition, as after July 1, the conference gets BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF. And we could see Memphis next. And why not call Arizona State? Get them in there, too.
or U of A in Colorado to that effect.
Yeah, whomever.
Whomever that is. I think it's great the Big 12 is being actively pursuing programs that benefit them and that benefit that particular program. Specifically BYU, to get into that conference on a week in and week out basis, to be in there. Rice, Houston, Memphis, bring them on. ASU, hey, Ray Anderson.
Where are you?
You better be benefit you get to the Big 12.
Let me ask you, do you have a problem with the Stanford Cardinal?
1 minute, 1 minute.
Saw this
yesterday.
Yeah.
Threw 156 pitches.
Wow, it's a lot of pitches.
A complete game
Yeah.
in a win against Texas. They're going out again today for Game 3. But 156 pitches, is that dangerous?
Well, I said, wow, that's a lot of pitches. But in a do or die situation, sometimes I just leave it up to the kid, or does the skipper protect the kid and save his arm? I don't think you can throw your arm out. He's been throwing all year long. He's been in good health. But that is quite a few pitches when you really stop and think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe he had no bullpen relief. It was a do or die win that they had to win. So they lived to play for today.
Do you think he was drafted in the 19th round by Tampa? You think they have a problem with it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're like, what are you doing? And as long as he's able to recover and there's no damage. But I can tell a lot of these young guys in a must-win situation, they're hanging in there.
No, let him freaking pitch. Come on. It's 16 Ks. I hate that.
Oh, no, he pitched great. That wasn't the question. The question was he threw over 150 pitches. That's the question.
What is he, 20? I mean,
yes, I know. Hey, look,
people are throwing out, Tommy John and all that.
I know. Yeah.
I always figure if the kid can handle it, and if he feels good, and he loves the situation.
Why wouldn't you? You only go to college once.
Yeah.
You're trying to get to the World Series. I mean, there's nothing bigger than that for a college kid.
And you think back with the Fergie Jenkins and the Bob Gibson, all those guys for years, they throw over 120, 125,
every
130
3 or 4 days.
Every 3 or 4 days. Matter of fact, Fergie Jenkins, who came on our show a few times, said, look, the more I threw, the more my arm was stronger, and I felt better during the year because I built that stamina up.
Hey, join us tomorrow at the Barrio Queen in Gilbert for our El Bandito Yankee Tequila Tuesday. We do it every Tuesday at a different Barrio Queen. There's 7 of them in the valley. From 1 to 4, we'll be there. We encourage you to stop by, have some incredible, authentic Mexican food, and try the new El Bandito Yankee Tequila, the official tequila of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Craig Fooey, he loves the tequila. He's going to join us next from ABC 15 for Fact or Fooey as we continue on from the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
and Phoenix.
Yes, sir.
The Suns may add another assistant to Coach Frank Vogel's staff in the form of...
So which one is that, 6'3", 1'8", or 2'5", 3'4"?
Expected to join ex-coach Monty Williams.
Yes, I do. So it's the backup?
D-backs outfielders Lourdes.
Okay, I'll call his backup.
Corbin Carroll show up in the top 5 of the first 2023 MLB All-Star ballot voting returns. Carroll also the National League Player of the Week. On the field, they take on the Phillies. The Mercury will be adjusting
okay, I'll call that number.
Arrangements following an incident at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport over the weekend with an internet personality described by the team as a provocateur. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Arizona, do you know that the Chevy Silverado is the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup? When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. When you have the Silverado, the #1 best-selling retail full-size light-duty pickup, you owe it to yourself to check it out. The summer sales adventure going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today or visit valleychevy.com.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy D Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from one of 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Are you looking to get in the best shape of your life and offer your son or daughter the best training in Arizona? Then listen up. Dan Manucci here for the new Cocoa 5 Performance Center at Legacy Park located in Southeast Mesa, the premier training facility in the Southwest. The state-of-the-art facility is 25,000 square feet, which combines junior high school, and college teams, as well as individual athletes of all ages, and it's the new home of my quarterback training. They have the best team of coaches led by Olympic gold medal winner Dan O'Brien. If your son or daughter wants to get bigger, stronger, and faster, then you need to call the Cocoa 5 Performance Center now. Sign up by calling 480-572-0647, and one of their team 572-0647 or go online to elitesportsaz.com. And for limited time, mention me, Dan Manucci, and they'll give you your first session free on me. That's 480-572-0647 or go to elitesportsaz.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4.
Okay, Craig's ready to go.
With Jimmy B broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with little tips for a healthier planet. When dining out or shopping at the grocery store, ask for sustainable seafood. By choosing sustainable seafood, you can help reduce overfishing, bycatch, loss of top predators, illegal fishing, and other harmful environmental impacts. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth. Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform
30 seconds
to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Style runs in the family. Athleticism runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Learn more at MBUSA.com or test drive one at your local dealer.
It's time for Fact or Phooey with ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Phooey. Phooey joins the guys each Monday to
You guys are hot.
stories of the weekend. And as a reminder, Manuch writes the questions. Now here's ABC 15's Craig Phooey.
Typically on Monday, we get some pretty good questions from Manuch. Then there are days that, I think Manuch was training too many kids, didn't have time to really kind of think about the questions. So
Late last night.
I think these questions are, scale 1 to 10, 10 being really good.
Or Phooey may have had a long weekend, Rock. I remember that, too.
Phooey works weekend.
I know. So do I. So he might have.
Yeah, but he works weekend.
Oh, I do, too.
You're out there in the sun just playing catch with football. That's all.
It's 195
I see you over at Cactus Park. I drive by, I beep the horn, and I'm like, I see you over there.
Phooey's in air conditioning for crying out loud.
Phooey, how you doing, buddy? What's
up,
going
buddy?
on? What up, Phooey? I thought we had him. So we did all that talking, and he wasn't there.
I hear him in the back.
Spence, is he there? Spence, will you talk to us down the line so we know what's going on as we're on remote? Spence?
Yep, trying to figure it out.
All right, trying to figure it out. Anyway,
Okay.
so we'll keep talking about Manuch just playing catch all weekend. How many kids you training these days? How many kids do you have?
He's got a lot.
Why don't we hear like radio promotions like the quarterback university stuff? We don't see any of that.
You know what's interesting? This time of year, I could have 30 kids, or I could have
at
60
one
kids.
time.
No. I only do like 5 or 6 at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I won't do the large groups or like that. I gotta have my hands on.
You
them.
feed them too, and meals and all that. I mean,
No. I make sure I
university.
have plenty of water. I do make sure I have plenty of gum out there because they like the
gum.
Oh yeah, they like the gum.
So you go to like Costco and you get the big things of
I get the
double
big
bubble, or
I get the big thing of an extra because it won't stick to their dentures or their braces. So they like
dentures. You don't you train kids?
No, I'm just kidding, Rock.
No, you weren't kidding. You messed up.
No.
Just say you messed. Why won't you say if you outthrow somebody, right? Or you throw a pick, you never say, "Oh, my bad."
No, here's the thing.
Say, "Oh no, you ran the wrong route."
I always
I
always tell these kids, it won't stick to your dentures or your braces because they all wear braces. They think it's
Okay, flip back.
Don't.
Yeah, I do.
Dentures?
It's my little.
Come on, dude.
They got braces though, so it won't stick.
No,
to
I
your
get
braces.
the braces, but they should be chewing gum if they got
But
braces.
dentures, it's kind of a.
How we doing, Philly? Help us out, man. We need to improve the program. How are you?
I'm doing well, guys, and I appreciate the arguments you guys go through every Monday. I love it. It's all
good. All right, let's get to it. It's called Factor Philly. We've been doing it for quite some time with ABC Sports Director Craig Philly, and he joins us now on the right to the guest line. All right, this is a tough one to get us started here. The D-backs have won 11 of their last 13. They're now 3.5 games up on the Dodgers. Are they the biggest surprise in all of Major League Baseball this season? Factor Philly.
Well, I don't know. That's a really tough question.
Yeah.
Let me think about that. Yes, fact. Yes, fact.
Don't hurt yourself, Coach. Yeah.
The last time they had this position 65 and what are they, 45 and 20 right now?
Yes.
40
and 25.
40 and 15.
40 and 15. No, 40.
40 and
They
25.
played
40 and
65
25.
games, guys.
Wait,
40 and
25.
Yeah, they played 65 games.
40 and 25. I'm sorry I threw a bunch of math at you guys. I apologize.
No, I had it down. That's why I saved it.
I know. I appreciate that, Jimmy V. 40 and 25. Last time they did this was 2002. So, yeah, they're the big talk of baseball because Vegas had them at 74.5 wins to start the season.
So they better start over there at Chase where you're headed, start stuffing those ballot boxes to get one Corbin Carroll on that All-Star team where I believe Zach Gallen probably, but they got to get him going over there, right?
Yep. That's where we're going right now. I'm going to go in the clubhouse and tell them to start voting for Corbin Carroll, Zach Gallen. Yep.
You got to get that going, Coach. All right, Coach. Question 2. Corbin Carroll with his 13 homers, 17 doubles, 19 stolen bases, an on-base percentage of .389. Is trending as both the Rookie of the Year and MVP. Fact or phooey?
Well, fact, listen, the kid's National League Player of the Week this week, right? Just announced. He is on fire. Got his first Grand Slam home run the other night. He had a home run. I mean, he is on fire. And the kid can hit home runs. He can play small ball. He can steal bases like nobody's tomorrow. He's awesome. And I appreciate watching him. He's so much fun to watch, right? And the videos the D-backs post of him are fun on social media. So he's just a cool guy. I just have really enjoyed watching this team. And I give credit to Troy Lavello for pulling this team together and they're playing like yesterday's game in Detroit. Mm-hmm. They were down. I mean, they had to come back and score 4 runs in the ninth to win that thing. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
Yep, they're playing terrific right now. Okay, to the round ball. For the Phoenix Suns, Coach, latest rumors, DeAndre Ayton to Dallas, DeAndre Ayton to Golden State.
Portland.
I mean, just names are popping up all over the place. So is this now, in your estimation, a sure sign that he is on his way out? Fact or phooey?
Fact. And that's what I told Colin this last night. Send DeAndre Ayton, Landry Shamet, and maybe whatever else you got to Toronto and get Fred VanVleet back here. And let's get a point guard in town, 28, 29-year-old point guard, and let's play some basketball, right? So you're probably going to waive, maybe even waive and stretch Chris Paul. Let's go after Fred VanVleet. So I would target the Toronto Raptors and get a point guard in here. A good one.
Well, the issue is he declined the Raptors' offer over $22 million, and thus now he's a free agent.
VanVleet, that is.
VanVleet did, yes.
There you go. So it's time for the Toronto Raptors to trade him. So let's do it.
Question
Move on. Here we go.
Question 4 with Craig Fouey, ABC 15. The PGA, DPS, and the LIV, I should say, World Tour merger will create more international tournaments than the basic PGA Tour. Fact or Fouey?
Dubai every other week.
Listen, you got the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, and the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. So yes, those guys have money like nobody has money, right? So that is going to promote golf in a way that they have to do it. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Live Golf was sort of like it launched, everybody was upset. Then it just kind of faded into the woodwork. Nobody really watched Live a lot. So it was just coexisting. And it may go away. Who knows what happens to Live? I know certain people say it'll keep going, but we'll see what happens. But the reality is PGA Tour could not fight the Saudis with money in court. And they were wasting money, burning money, and dipping into pools they shouldn't have dipped into. So it'll all come out in the wash, but this is all about the money, right?
Do you think, Coach, that might have been orchestrated to force the lawsuit by Liv just to get into it, since the PGA said no way? Do you think that might have been a strategy, knowing what you just said? The PGA Tour cannot outspend this Liv.
No, Jay Monahan said that they couldn't outspend them in court, right?
Yeah.
They couldn't fight that fight because the Public Investment Fund has an endless resource of money, so billions and billions and billions of dollars. And the PGA Tour doesn't, so they were not going to win that fight. So this is, again, in most things in life, follow the
3 minutes.
Follow the money, and you'll get your answers.
Yep. All right, Coach, last question. According to today's reports, Cardinals' Buda Baker was the first to show up at the Cardinals facility for the mandatory minicamp. This means there is progress with a potential contract extension. Fact or Fooey?
Oh, boy. I'll say fact. Listen, Buddha said a while back he would be there when he had to be there, and that's this week, right? Mandatory minicamp. Didn't do the voluntary. He's working out on his own. He said he'd be there. It's hard to blame Buddha when you're in a rebuild to want to come back, sort of like DeAndre Hopkins, right? You want to come back to a rebuild, sort of like Larry Fitzgerald went through for most of the 17 years he spent with the Cardinals. It has to be tough on a guy that you want to win a championship. Buddha's now getting up there. He's a great player still. He deserves more money and deserves as much as the Cardinals can afford to give him. That's the question, though, how much money God's going to give to Buddha. But I think he should just break the bank and give Buddha what he wants.
Philly, what are you working on?
2 minutes.
What's going on at ABC 15? It's not weather, right? Because the weather's been nice, so that's not taking up all your time.
NBA Finals, man. NBA Finals Game 5.
Who you got on post game? You guys doing a post game tonight? Do you do post game on the week during the week?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
we got a post game show. We worked on Frank Vogel. I just heard from the Suns they can't get him in tonight because he's busy doing other things. Probably talking about Chris Paul or with DeAndre Ayton. So they're working on getting Ish Wainwright in for us, and so we'll see how that goes.
awesome, good stuff. We'll be watching, that's for sure. Game 5 on ABC 15. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. That's Craig Fouey, busy on a big day for ABC 15 today, hosting Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And he is brought to you today by All City Towing as they continue to grow. They got a bunch of new vehicles to their fleet, and they need to hire. They need people. So head to allcitytowing.com. Just search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Coming up,
1 minute. 1 minute
from the CAZ Sports Bar. We will recap the top sports book wagers from the weekend, how they did this week, and we'll look ahead for tonight's game and the Stanley Cup Finals. That's all coming up as we continue on here at the CAZ Sports Book in Casino, Arizona. This is Fox Sports 910.
Kyrie, of course, forced his way out of Cleveland and seems to regret it because, I mean, he's talked about it in the past. How had he been more mature, he would have stayed there and won more championships. I think Kyrie, who I do respect his heart, but I think he's going to look back on a lot of his career like that.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Win a customized Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Wright Toyota Cornhole Board Set. Just text Wright to 55678. That's Right to 55678. Message and data rates may apply. That's Right to 55678.
A homeowner just like you.
Hey.
Decides to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck, ties one end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof until...
What? Wait, no.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Ooh, was he hurt?
A few bruises and his pride.
Save yourself with State 48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Duke's Sports Grill on Miller and McDowell.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Don't just drink at Duke's, play at Duke's.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, and trivia nights.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Don't miss a game on all the big screens.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Great food with daily specials.
Where Deuce? Miller and McDowell. Shots there.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
30 seconds.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
But if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone,
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino.
You guys are hot.
Sports fans' paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Before we talk about the book, on this day, 84 years ago, 1939, the Baseball Hall of Fame opened up in Cooperstown, New York, where legend has it, and Jimmy B is our historian.
He can vouch for it. I knew this was
Baseball
coming.
had been invented by Abner Doubleday. Yes, exactly 100 years earlier. Can you tell me the first 3 players that were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown?
I'll give it a try. Christy Matheson?
Nope.
No. First 3. Ty Cobb?
Oh, so that was the 4th?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Ty Cobb?
Yep, Ty Cobb is there.
Okay.
Babe Ruth?
Yep, that's number 2. And the third one.
Jimmy Fox?
Nope, I'll give you a clue.
Okay.
I only have to say baseball card.
Oh, man. Gosh. That's one of the all-time selling baseball cards ever.
Yep.
Oh, was it Christy Matheson?
No.
I
already said no.
Oh, man.
Do I need to say? I mean, you're
No, it's a good one.
I get you some new.
Jimmy Fox.
No,
I don't know.
That's who I thought it might have been.
Honus
Wagner.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
26 years ago, 1997, interleague played, started play, ending a 126-year tradition, keeping the American League National League separate until the World Series. Favor Favorite? I mean, do you favor interleague play
Absolutely.
or not?
No, I do. Absolutely.
No, I totally don't.
Oh, absolutely.
Totally don't.
I want to see everybody.
Oh,
Geez. Why do you want to put yourself into a corner
Well, they just
where
started-
you only see the same guys?
Well, they just started following the same rules, right? With DH.
They did.
I mean, they just started that.
I'm well aware of that.
They use a different baseball, I believe, from what my understanding is. I
Because-
mean, if you're going to do it right.
I like seeing the Yankees come through, the Red Sox come through, instead of
Yeah, they come
waiting.
through a lot, yeah.
Well, but when they do,
You can't just turn on TV and watch them there. You just
No,
watch
no, no, it's
it's on
not the same.
ESPN on any given Sunday. It's there.
if you go to a World Series,
Whatever.
you go there in person, you see the guys.
All-Star game is crap. Okay, I mean, I like the fact you get to the World Series and you see teams that don't play each other, at all.
No.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, why? I don't understand it. Somebody that worked in baseball for 10 years.
I know you did.
I am more of a traditionalist,
Yes, you
and
are.
I don't like interleague play. I don't.
Well,
I
think
mean,
it-
at
I think
DH,
it's
I
fine.
wish pitchers should bat.
I see
why
it.
not?
No,
I'm not
are
the
you
only
telling
one.
me Hank Gary and his batting average of .125?
Makes
you want
it makes
to watch Hank
strategic.
Gary bat?
You got the bat. You got the pitcher. The
about-
nine-hole coming up.
How about Mad Bum with that 297
Listen,
hitting average?
then put him in the DH.
Yeah,
There's some
if
good
you
pitchers.
want, put the pitcher
The
in the
late great Don
DH.
Drysdale,
Put
Claude
him in the
Osteen.
DH.
Casey, what do you think? Do you like the DH?
I do, yeah.
You like
Thank
the
you,
DH?
Casey.
Yeah, I want to watch people.
I
play.
asked about the DH. Okay,
That's what I said.
do you like interleague play?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
You
You
come on.
you like to see Boston kind of clean up on those bad National League teams like the Reds.
Yeah, of course. Well, the
bad
Reds are on
They
fire.
are good.
Well,
Everybody else plays interleague. Why not? Baseball was kind of the last bastion to do
It
that.
was.
And you got AFC, NFC conference interleague. You got all kinds of stuff going on. So why not baseball? See those teams come through. See those teams.
hey,
D-backs-
baseball has decided to basically drop their pants on everything.
Oh,
I mean,
stop.
think about it. I mean, pitch clocks and everything else
Hey,
that's gone in that
it's the
game.
best
I mean, the
thing
game
that's
has
ever
changed.
happened.
They have acquiesced to what fans want, Rock.
I'm one of them that does it. That actually worked in the sport, and I just don't think it's. I like the old sport, the way I grew up playing it. You kind of looked at, oh man, All-Star game. But there's nothing better than the baseball All-Star game. You got to see you saw players you never get to see.
Runner at second base.
Now, does it really matter with Sports Center and your phone? You can see anything you want.
I just think it's for
Let's
those
just
fans.
let's just put somebody at second and then the 10th inning. Oh, that's a really good idea.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
care for that
let's
rule.
just go.
I don't care for that.
Come on. It's Case tonight, NBA Finals Game 5. What's the spread and what's the over-under?
We got the Nuggets tonight minus 8.5 at minus
8.5 now.
115.
Dropped a little.
Dropped, huh?
Yeah, dropped a little bit, and the over-under's now at 210. It was 208 over the weekend, so that's gone up a couple of points.
Where's all the action right now at the book?
Over, and actually we've taken quite a bit of heat action so
I
far,
would think so.
but we're gonna probably get bigger Nugget bets closer to game time.
Is that a case where everybody believes, and rightfully so, that they are the most desperate team and they have to perform at a level which maybe we haven't seen so far, except in Game 2 when they won in Denver?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that has an impact on it, but also, I mean, 9 points is a lot of points in an NBA game, especially for backdoor covers, things like that. I mean, the Nuggets can get up 15, then they put in, subs. They know they're going to win. Go a little bit on cruise control, and you get that backdoor cover. So
It might be a good first half. I mean, if you're going to bet halves or quarters or that type of thing, it might be a good first half before Denver, if they're going to win it, takes off in that, as you mentioned, that third or early fourth quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people look to bet quarters and halves.
Is that like
especially in this game.
is that like the new thing all of a sudden, like in the last couple of years, to do that?
Oh, huge. It's that. It's player props. I mean, you guys are a little bit older than me. You guys are probably used to
Just a little. No, I'm only about 5 years older.
Yeah,
than you,
that's
JC,
it.
That's all.
I mean, you're probably used to more of like traditional bookies where you could bet, just the game and the total.
Casey could be my son. He
Now
could
it's
be my
everything.
son.
I could be his great grandfather.
So, you being a native from Boston, Mass. Let me ask you a simple question: Is Philadelphia an East Coast city?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so D-back futures and game-to-game betting. As this team has all the success, where are we seeing some people jumping in this late, or guys that got their bets in for the futures are done? Like the over-unders and win totals, things like that.
For baseball, or you're saying for the basketball?
We're on baseball now. With
baseball.
D-backs,
it was a lot of people early on took the over because it was 74.5, so that looks really good for them. We haven't really
3
seen any
minutes.
totals. Future bets coming in now on that. A lot of people are pretty, happy with where they're at.
Probably the most important question I have for you. We have a show here called Take the Points that's here on Saturdays with a bunch of kids that do it, right? Well, but I think Gross is a little older than me, so Gross kind of runs it. Then you got Jackson, you got Bauer. He's the mascot at the game, right? At D-backs. So
MC.
I mean,
mascot.
So mascot, whatever. I like to see him get punched.
I was going to say
by Conor McGregor. Yeah. So where do you have more fun? And drive time radio, like on a Monday, or that Saturday morning, hit at 11:30.
He's fishing for a compliment.
Because I've been listening, and I know they allow you to do picks. We don't do that, but we because we don't we gamble responsibly, and they they're actually all over you asking for picks, and I would think that'd be a conflict of interest.
2 minutes,
but
well,
just working for the book.
Just still a gambling term. Which show's got the most juice?
This show has more juice, but in all fairness to them, I mean, they're just giving me random games. They're not. They're not
really.
Yeah, they're not getting the real value picks. You know what I mean?
I see. So they're not about making money.
No.
Yeah, they're just doing it to say, I put a bet in a casino.
Yeah.
Okay,
all right. D-backs finals.
See, East Coast guy. He gets it. The East Coast.
Does Pennsylvania, the state itself, border on any water of the Atlantic Ocean?
You said Philadelphia, not the state.
No, our argument was Philly.
Philadelphia.
Okay, don't go into like Harrisburg.
Okay, all right, Philadelphia. It doesn't border on an ocean, correct?
But the Delaware River comes from the
It's
Atlantic
a
Ocean.
freaking river.
But where's that water come
the
from?
water, right?
The Schuylkill River runs
Jimmy, you're not going to win this
the
argument.
city of Philadelphia.
Jimmy, you're not going to win it. Just let it go.
So you don't think that Philadelphia is on the East Coast?
No,
my
just
point
in the time zone.
It's in the time zone. My point is that it doesn't border on water.
1
Boston
minute.
borders on water.
Your point was it wasn't East Coast team. Jimmy, you just
Yes, your point was Philadelphia is not an East Coast city. That is exactly what you said.
Exactly.
You're allowed to, don't do a
I'm not moonwalking because it doesn't border on any water.
Jimmy, that's a whole different argument, man. That's a whole different
No, it wasn't. That was my
All
argument.
I want to know is the checks that we pay you.
30 seconds.
Clearing.
I haven't cashed any of them yet.
You better pound them because we better have a show after today. Thank you, Case. Appreciate it. That's here at the CAZ Sportsbook as he joins us each and every week at this time. And you can get a double shot of him on Saturday, where they'll throw him for a twist with some games. Corbin
10
Carroll
seconds.
has gone from the runway leader as the National League Rookie of the Year to now maybe a shot at the MVP. We'll talk about that next. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright, you will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Grab your shades, your flip-flops, and your free iHeartRadio app for summer 2023. No matter where you go this summer, your favorite radio station, the music you love, and the best podcasts in the world will be along for the adventure. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, babe, what you got there?
This is a check from Carvana. I just sold my car to them. I went online and Carvana gave me an offer right away. Then they just picked up the car and gave me this.
Well, that's a big check. Well, obviously you could put this towards your next car, or we could finally get that jacuzzi, or I could start taking tuba lessons, or I could quit my job and write my memoir.
Or I can put it towards my next car with Carvana.
Sorry, your check, not mine.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
Pool season is here, but open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. So you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
If your pubic region was quote-unquote junk, you wouldn't need America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. But it's not. So show some respect with Gillette Intimate. For a gentle and easy shave, Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Take back summer with Tucson. Go to visittucson.org/summer.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
The Mercury will be adjusting the team's travel arrangements following an incident at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport over the weekend with an internet personality described by the team as a provocateur. The Suns may add another assistant to Coach Frank Vogel's staff in the form of the Mavericks' Quentin Crawford. Current assistant Jared Jack is expected to join ex-coach Monty Williams with the Pistons. D-backs outfielders Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Corbin Carroll show up in the top 5 of the first 2023 MLB All-Star ballot voting returns. Carroll also the National League Player of the Week. On the field, they take on the Phillies. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
70 degrees your overnight low. 96 for your Tuesday.
30 seconds.
To 101. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by Precision Air and Plumbing.
Eric Bryan here, owner of Precision Air and Plumbing. We're making it easier than ever to keep your family cool this summer. Get a brand new AC unit for 0 money down, 0 payments, and no interest for 2 years. Call us today at 602-FIX-MY-AC.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sports.
Just as a reminder, guys, we have Carroll's Grand Slam being played after this intro.
On your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sports Up story this hour.
It's headed toward the left field corner. And that ball is gone. It's a grand slam for Corbin Carroll in Detroit. And it's 9-2. His second home run tonight.
Kid is unbelievable.
You guys are hot. About 5 seconds.
Foul pole and just over the line out there.
Heck of a weekend for Corbin Carroll. He's gone from the runaway leader in the NL Rookie of the Year race to I would say, lock for the All-Star game. And now he's kind of in the thick of things for early MVP discussion. As you just heard, the granny that he had over the weekend on Friday night in Detroit. Earlier in that game, that was in the top of the 7th. And what was interesting, it was what I think 16 pitches, something like that, where he fouled off, just kept fouling him off, and then sure enough, he goes opposite field to left, and just boom. I'm sorry, it was a 7th pitch. It wasn't 16. It felt like it's 16, but it was 7 off the bat. That was a fastball up and away, and there he was. It took it in. Then he had a first and a home run in left field in the first inning, or early in the game of that one too. So
opposite field power. I mean, for his size,
amazing.
Yeah, for his size, and you just watch this kid. Yet we talk about his batting prowess. I mean, look at his fielding prowess as well too. He's close to 1,000% his fielding. I mean, some of the base hits he takes, and the other thing too, hitting the singles. This kid's got 17 doubles. If you get a base hit in the gap or something down the line, he's pretty much got an automatic double when it comes to it.
Speaking of defense, Spence, why don't you fire off? We're going to play some sound of Carroll, but here's interesting here as the Valley Sports guys basically just are saying, are you kidding me? You kidding us with this, Corbin?
This is
Running in the corner, and Corbin Carroll's got it in the gap. Oh, my. There's another one for Corbin, who had that terrific sliding grab coming in last night.
Boy, as fast as he is, I didn't think he had a chance to catch up to this one. Slicing off the bat of a left-handed hitter away from him. He just refuses
5 seconds.
Any fly ball. What a play.
If Carroll makes the All-Star game, which I think he will, it's going to be in Seattle this year, and that's his hometown. And it would only be the second time a D-backs rookie has made the All-Star team. Wade Miley did it in 2012, finished second that year in the NL Rookie of the Year behind some guy by the name of Bryce Harper.
Oh, I think I know that guy.
Will be in town. Did you know winning the Rookie of the Year award would give the Diamondbacks an extra first-round pick in the 2024 Major League Baseball draft? The current collective bargaining agreement added what they call a prospect promotion incentive, a PPI, which rewards teams for promoting their prospects on opening day instead of keeping them down in the minors to gain a year of control. So the PPI awards the teams who promote prospects who are on at least 2 of the top 1,000 lists between the MLB Pipeline, Baseball America, and ESPN for opening day, and then finish in the top 5 of the Rookie of the Year race. So any player who wins a Rookie of the Year or a top 3 finish in their league's most valuable player or Cy Young voting in a pre-arbitration season could get their team an additional draft pick. And if one of the 3 can win the award, the player takes home an extra $750,000, while the club gets another $2.5 million to spend in the draft. Last year, Seattle did it. It was the first year. Julio Rodriguez was on the active roster on opening day, and he didn't disappoint. He went 285. He had 28 dingers, stole 25 bases, was a stud. And that was Seattle's first time in the postseason in 21 years, and he ends up winning the American League Rookie of the Year.
That's quite the windfall for the Diamondbacks if he can win it all. And, and on top of that, when you look at his numbers, and hopefully can continue, the second after the All-Star break, second, third, fourth time around, some of these pitchers learn how to pitch him. Now we'll see what kind of adjustments he makes and how he adjusts to them adjusting to him, so to speak, going back and forth with that. But, I mean, boy, you look at McCarthy in left field, if he's in center, and whomever in the right field, I mean, those guys, stop and think about some of the runs that they've taken away with some of those great catches we just heard. And McCarthy's second in stolen bases right now as well, to just the speed that Mike Hazen has developed in that farm system with these young men to come up. And you look at McCarthy and Carroll, if they get on, you're probably sure they're going to probably get a stolen base and get in scoring position, especially early on in those games.
So you look at this past weekend with Corbin, 10 for 19, 3 dingers, a triple, couple doubles, 7 runs, and 8 RBIs. I mean, last night, what was it, 3 for 5?
3 for 5.
3 hits. That's a third time he's had a 3-hit game in a 4-game span. I mean, 19 stolen bases. I mean, how impressive is this kid and his composure?
Yeah, that's
and the interviews. And he got the jacket for the second time. That jacket that they're doing, the win jacket, victory jacket.
The maturity of the young man. They two guys. He's leading the team in slugging percentage too.
Yeah,
0.579.
Just a little guy.
I mean, you're right. He's like 5.
Little guy, Jimmy.
That's right, Jimmy. There's hope for you.
Yeah, he's a little guy.
But I got power.
Yes, I bet you do.
And speaking of that power to opposite field is what surprises me with his side. He gets his money's worth when he takes a cut, but he's also the leading strikeout person for the Diamondbacks as well. He's got 49-ish or something like that. But you know what? Just watching him play, the excitement, the juice that he and McCarthy bring, and then Gurriel being the other one that's right there next to him as far as slugging percentage. Nice to see speed and combination of speed and power.
And we do need to announce that he did get the National League Player of the Week, which was announced a couple hours ago. So
good for him.
I hope that we'll see a few more of those. Zach Gallen yesterday gave up 5 runs, 10 hits, 5 2/3. Well, that's all right. He's going to have those type of games,
that
right?
happens, yep.
Christian Walker had another great game. Doubled twice, scored a run, knocked in another. So this D-backs team has won 5 straight. They're going to go for 6 tonight. 11 of the last 13. You got Henry on the mound tonight, the lefty, 3-1 on the season with a 4.37 ERA. He beat the Phillies on the 22nd, where he gave up just 2 runs with 4 hits and 5 2/3 in their 6-3 win. Last time he was out, he did get roughed up a little bit. 5 runs in the last outing. No decision when they played the Nationals last Tuesday. So we'll see how Henry does against the Phillies. Only appeared against them twice, and he's 1-1. Lefty Matt Strahm will go for the Phillies in his 9th start. He's 4-3 with a 3.61 ERA.
And hopefully they can stay healthy to the All-Star break and afterwards. Because remember, early on last year, you had guys dinged and nicked up a lot until they kind of caught a little bit of fire in that second half of last year.
It'll be interesting to watch this particular series because the D-backs were playing against the Nationals and the Tigers, and those are downtrodden teams. Now they're going to get a team which was downtrodden, and Rock was crying the blues earlier in the Philadelphia Phillies, but now they have caught fire, and the Phillies are rolling.
Yeah, they've won 7 of their past 8. They're still 1 game behind, or 1 game below 500. Of course, they're the defending National League champions, and they started last season off really slow, fired their manager, and then went on to win the National League and get to the World Series. But they have not had success against Arizona over the last 6 years or so, as they're 4-12. In Phoenix, since the start of the 2017 start.
The friendly confines of Chase Field are not friendly to the Phillies.
No, 4-12, a 4-game set. You know, a 3 night games, and then the day game on Thursday. And then Milwaukee.
Yeah, 7-game homestand for the league for a 7-game road trip. Hey, you know what?
What do you think it's going to take? You know, let's just be honest. I don't know what the numbers are going to be tonight, but Philly's in town. There'll be a lot of Philly fans, especially the fact that Philly coming off a nice series win over the Dodgers. So majority of fans will be from Philly.
Sure.
And, and I know many of you don't like Philly fans. I can understand that. What do you think it's going to take for, hey, this is the hot ticket? Like if I said, hey, we got Philly tickets for tonight, or excuse me, here I go, Diamondback tickets for tonight.
There, Rock.
What kind of crowd are they going to get? I mean, are you going to get more than 20,000
I think so.
on a? It's not a school night. School's out.
That's it. On a Monday.
3 minutes.
I think they will, and here's why. Because I don't think that people are as locked into with the NBA Finals tonight. I don't think there are that many Denver fanatics or Miami fanatics that would stay home or go to their refreshment stand to watch that game if they could go to a baseball game and watch Philly in town against the red hot Diamondbacks.
Well, you got 2 crowd drawers, that being Philly and Milwaukee, so there are going to be a lot of those fans there. But I think fans realize with this team up 3.5, you get a situation where summertime, whatever the kids are doing, baseball games, whatever. Now they can, if they get there to Chase from that standpoint. Father's Day, with the Brew Crew in at 1:00, I'm sure that'll be a big crowd. I would think.
So if you look at last year, they averaged just under 20,000, 19.8.
Okay.
Year before that, of course, COVID.
2 minutes.
Just coming off COVID, it was 12.8, really bad. They're only at 20,790 right now, 12th out of 15. Whereas you go back in the 2019, 18, 17, it was 26, 27,000 people, the average. 5, 6, 7,000 more than now.
Yeah.
But this team's in first place.
It is, Rock, but you have to remember that we never thought that they were going to be like this.
I understand that.
Everybody is still kind of shocked.
But it's been 2 months.
I understand perfectly, but back then, they're coming off a couple of seasons of being one of the worst baseball teams on the planet. And I think it's taking time for people to think, oh, maybe this is not just, a one-time deal. Maybe they are in it to win it. So I think that will pick up as the season goes on.
I would love to see the ratings.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Sports is up or not. I haven't looked.
Yeah.
Again, it's not. What do we care? I mean, it seems like as talking heads, you and I, Manuch, at least the last 18, 19 years, we always talk about the attendance with the D-backs. Oh, there's nobody going to these games. Look, there's 15,000, 16,000 on Monday or Tuesday. Sure, the weekend, you got a promotion, you're getting people there. But do you guys foresee this Diamondbacks team starting to get the marketing machine going?
Yes.
And start promoting the first place Diamondbacks?
I would.
Or is that a jinx?
No.
You start getting Carroll out there. You got an 8-year contract with him. You start getting him out there.
Absolutely. Do whatever you can.
Well, but I don't feel it.
Well, Rock,
I don't see it. I'm pretty tight.
At building, they will come as far as wins are concerned. So they keep
winning. When do they come? What if we have this conversation 3 weeks from now?
Oh, that wouldn't be a good look.
What did we?
Would not be a good look.
What did we talk about?
20,000 are average.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did we talk about when we said, when will you really jump on? And in fact, it was one of the
All-Star break.
All-Star break. Okay. We're not to the All-Star break.
Well, we are really close.
I know.
4 weeks
we're
away.
not there. Yeah, I know.
Why don't we just we'll shelf this and then we'll bring it back. Hey, tomorrow we'll be out at the Barrio Queen in Gilbert for our El Bandino Yankee Tuesday. You got to check out the new El Bandino Yankee Tequila, the official tequila of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. So, can the Miami Heat reel off 2 victories in a row to tie up this NBA Finals against the Nuggets? We'll catch up with 3-time NBA champion and author Scott Williams next as we continue on from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. This is Fox Sports 910.
Lots of traffic downtown Phoenix this afternoon if you're heading west on I-10 from the mini stack over to the Deck Park Tunnel. A crash in the West Valley on southbound Loop 101 near Camelback. Approaching Camelback, that wreck sitting in the HOV and the left lane. A wreck with injuries on McDowell west of 79th Avenue. Crash north side, south of Raintree Drive. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
This report is sponsored by NewACUnit.com.
If your AC unit is on the brink of not surviving another summer, don't wait until a breakdown. Be proactive and save thousands with NewACUnit.com today.
Save thousands, save time, buy online, NewACUnit.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's time to tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest gifts for dads and grads. Featuring the Ping G430 drivers. The G430 drivers combine the ultimate combination of distance and forgiveness. And from Bushnell, the new Tour V6 Series laser rangefinders provide you the most accurate distances in golf. And for the hard to shop for dad or grad, purchase a gift card for any amount. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at vansgolfshops.com.
Spring into adventure with the all-new 2023 Colorado. Now at your Valley Chevy dealers. It's more capable and more ready for adventure. Stop in any of the 13 Valley Chevy dealerships and give it a test drive. New inventory and new models arriving daily. ValleyChevy.com.
When we make your meal, this is where we start. Traditional old world recipes passed down through generations. But then we add some modern flair and spice up your Italian dining with contemporary flavor combinations. The result, the perfect fusion of new and old world traditions and a meal you'll never forget.
Inspired by the comfort and cuisine of a Brooklyn-style pizza parlor, Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar is located at the southeast corner of Loop 101 and Cave Creek Road in Phoenix.
Here at Total Wine & More, our amazing selection means you'll always
love what you find.
Dad, what are you doing here?
Just getting a sneak peek at my Father's Day gifts.
Well, I was thinking of getting you this Barrel Select bourbon.
That's a really nice bottle.
And Total Wine has it at the totally lowest price.
Wow. You always were my favorite.
Thanks, Dad.
Talking to the bourbon, sweetie.
Find what you love what you find. Like the perfect gift for Dad at the perfect price. Only at Total Wine & More.
And drink responsibly. B21.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
While he has requested a trade from the team, Cardinal safety Buda Baker was seen at the facility ahead of tomorrow's start to mandatory minicamp. Former Cardinals pass rusher J.J. Watt will be honored by his former team, the Texans, with an induction into their Ring of Honor. Miami Heat guard Tyler Hero is upgraded at questionable on the injury report. He'll attempt to play in tonight's Game 5 against the Nuggets after missing 2 months with a broken hand. I'm Frank Garrity.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is a sports fan's paradise. You are locked in to Fox Sports 910, live from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Our approach has to be that we're down 3-1. You know, they're desperate. We have to be more desperate. They're hungry. We have to be hungrier. And there is no celebrating after game 4. We have another game that we have to win. And to close that game is always the hardest game ever. So I'm looking forward to seeing our approach. You know, we had it in game 6 against Phoenix. We had it in game 5 against Minnesota. We had it in game 4 against the Lakers. And my hope is that tomorrow night, in front of just an unbelievable crowd, incredible environment, that our players understand the opportunity in front of them and take full advantage of it.
That's the coach, Michael Malone from the Denver Nuggets, as they'll go at it tonight. Joining us now, the author. I mean, what do you think is a bigger deal? 3-time NBA champion or author?
Well,
That's
the
like
author,
doctor, author,
very educated, and 3-time NBA
sounds
champion.
tall. He
Yeah,
sounds tall.
he sounds very official.
Scott Williams joins us on the Right to Guest Sign. What's up, Scotty? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? You guys make it sound like I'm sitting with like a smoking jacket, a pipe, and a beer, you know, with a brandy or something, making me out to be somebody that's more highly educated than I actually am there with that author title. But I appreciate it. I got to try today. I love it.
You couldn't get into Duke, huh?
Oh,
what a shot.
Hey, I mean, I can see you being an author and holding up court at Gainey Ranch. Rumor has it that you kind of go around there sometimes, but I have yet to see you there, so I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, good times down here in the valley. Although the temperatures are getting a little hot for the golf course. I slipped up to Sedona this week, and I hope you guys had a good weekend too. And I hope to get down and watch the D-backs play a little bit as they're home for an extended period of time here. And playing some good baseball. What, they got a 2.5 game lead over the Dodgers?
3.5.
3.5. Yeah, 3.5. So, yeah.
Better than I thought.
Yeah, everybody's got to pinch themselves, but it's good stuff. We're loving it. All right, so let's get to this NBA Game 5 finals. First, you know, you've been in situations like this. I mean, you played for a long time. What can Miami do to get back into this tonight? What do they really need to do? Does it all start with the Butler?
Well, I got a chance to listen to that soundbite that you played from Coach Michael Malone there. The closeout games are the toughest. There's a lot of distractions. I remember coming back from Portland one night, 31 years ago, when I was with the Bulls, and we were trying to close out the Trailblazers at home and found ourselves down by 15 points to start the fourth quarter. Just so many distractions and preparations and trying to get tickets and family and friends in and out of town and where you're going to party after the game. When you win it all, you lose track that you've got to go out there and focus and play a game and with a defensive effort. And the Trailblazers jumped on us. Now, the Nuggets have been so good, especially on the road, holding the Heat to under 45% from the field. In fact, once under 40%. In those 2 games that they had down there in Miami. If they lock in defensively, there is no way the Heat can steal this game in the Mile High City. They have just been too good, and they're doing it while shooting close to 50% from the field themselves. A 49% game 4. They shot 14 to 28 from behind the 3-point line. So, you know, a fair number of 3-point shots, but they're making a high percentage of them. They got a great contribution on the road off their bench in both of those games. Both Brown and Braun played extremely well in games 3 and 4, respectively. And you just got to think that Jimmy Butler just can't do it by himself. He goes to 25 points, but it was the most uninspired looking 25 points that we've seen out of Jimmy all of the playoffs. It seems like the Nuggets have snatched the lifeblood out of Butler. And when he's down, the rest of the team's down. All the starters minus in the plus-minus category and double digits.
You know, Scott, you watch the Joker play, and you know, you look at him here, 27 points or the 23 points, but the only 4 assists. But I think the one thing is how he incorporates everybody into the game early on, how he got Gordon involved early on. Porter, who's been struggling, how he got him involved, a couple of nice little short passes for some easy shots, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think that's pointed out enough how ingrained, how much he gets everybody involved throughout the entire game, especially those that are struggling, to give them some confidence in that offense.
Yeah. Aaron Gordon, who knew, right? 27-5. Jokic addition to him. The high hand off at the rim for those high percentage. He shoots a high percentage from the field. Michael Porter Jr., who has been struggling from behind the arc, he goes inside, gets a couple buckets. He's in double figures with 11 points. We mentioned Brown off that bench with the 20, but they keyed in, right? The guys go for 2 30-point triple doubles on Jokic and Murray, and they slow them down, right? They hold them to a combined 38 points. But it's the other guys that they're able to get involved. You mentioned Jokic with 4 assists, and then Murray comes back with 12 assists. So it's like, where do you want to try to attack these guys? If you let Jokic score, then he's just too good, right? He'll go for 40 on a high percentage. And if you try to make him a passer, well, okay, he passes the ball off and gets other guys involved, and he and Murray, you'll get Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon going. So it's just too much scoring. It's too much defense. I don't see the way that he can go on the road and get this victory. It seems like all those undrafted guys that played so well for 3 playoff series now, the Nuggets have figured out how to slow them down, and they're not being an impact in the outcome of these basketball games.
All right, Scott, help me out here now on this. Tyler Hero has been upgraded to questionable. He says he's going to suit up. He's going to try to play with that broken hand. He broke it in the first game in the playoffs against the Milwaukee Bucks. In your time in the league, how difficult is it for a player to be out with an injury, sit out as long as he has, and then try to come back and help his team?
We're not talking about an all NBAer here coming back in a closeout game to try to save their team. I mean, Tyler Herro is a great shooter from the outside, but I just think the Nuggets got too many answers for him, especially with the rust factor. There's not going to be a rest involved with this. Sure, he might go for double digits in scoring, but when they're failing to score 100 points every time they step on the floor, I just don't think that's going to be enough. The Nuggets are going to be in that 106 to 114 range. And I just don't think that he can match that, even with Hero coming back to try to help them.
All right, fair enough. Then let me follow up then with my other question, and it is on Jamal Murray. And that is, in your estimation, did you see, I know he was out last year with the knee injury, but did you see this guy coming at the level that he is playing at now, maybe last year before he was hurt?
I did not. No, and I'll be honest, who was really paying much attention to the Denver Nuggets, even when Jokic was winning those MVP awards, the back-to-back MVP awards, which probably should have got it again this year, right? Let's be honest. But we know how the voters never like to give it to one player 3 times in a row because that's rare territory. But they were kind of the San Antonio Spurs, right? They won basketball games, but they weren't fun to really watch. Well, I really enjoyed this run this year, and the big reason is because Murray does so much on the floor, right? He gets in the lane, he knocks him down the outside shots, he gets out in transition. He's just a fun player to watch. But I know I can't sit up here and lie to you and tell you, oh, yeah, everybody knew that Murray was going to have a great big playoff run, and he'd be one of the reasons why the Denver Nuggets were going to win the NBA title, and here they are sitting on this Monday afternoon with a chance to wrap it up and give the Nuggets their first NBA championship crown.
Scott, a lot of rumors about CP3, DeAndre Ayton. Either of those two, will they be in Suns uniforms this coming year, in your opinion? This coming season?
Well, yeah, everyone's been kind of talking about the way that they've been rebuilding that staff, the coaching staff. I mean, Tisdale's a great hire, retaining Young. Obviously, Frank Vogel coming here, being the lead guy, the defense that he brings to the table. I love CP3, right? I'm a big fan of pass first point guard, getting everybody involved. I know he's got a big number attached to his salary. There's a lot of ways that maybe they can reconstruct that deal, try to keep him in the Valley. It might be tough because his family's out in Los Angeles, and he might want to be a little closer to them if he's going to have to take a hit to his contract. But he's a great point guard to have. The problem we got is, right, well, will he be healthy in late April, May, and June when you're trying to make that playoff push? And unfortunately, the injuries have just caught up with him time and time again. DeAndre Ayton, I listened to Frank Vogel's press conference, and he said he's the guy that can get the number 1 draft pick to be more consistent on the floor, and the guy knows more about basketball than I ever will. So I'm going to leave my faith in him that maybe just a new voice in the locker room can get DA motivated to go out there and try to play on a consistent basis.
Scott, good stuff as always, man. Have a great week. Thanks for the time today. That's a great Scott Williams. Scott Williams joining us, and again, he's got this great book out. You got to check it out, called Through the Fire, a memoir of trauma and loss, basketball and triumph. Amazon, you get it anywhere. He's also the GCU television color analyst, and as I mentioned in the outset, 3-time NBA champion. So we appreciate Scott joining us today. All right, we appreciate Scott Williams joining us. We'll go from talking some NBA to talking some Cardinals as they start their mandatory mini camp tomorrow. We'll catch up with Cards receiver Frank Sanders, give his thoughts on this team as they move forward. That's next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B here on Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
D-back Jr. and Corbin Carroll show up in the top 5 of the first 2023 MLB All-Star ballot voting returns on the field. They take on the Phillies tonight. Carroll continues to build on a solid rookie campaign after he was named the National League Player of the Week for hitting .500 with a trio of homers and 8 runs batted in over 5 contests. The Suns may add another assistant to Coach Frank Vogel's staff in the form of the Mavericks' Quentin Crawford. Meanwhile, current assistant Jared Jack is expected to join ex-coach Monty Williams with the Pistons. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
70 degrees your overnight low. 96 for your Tuesday, Wednesday warming to 101. I'm Celeste Rodriguez with your Fox 10 weather experts.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you. That's it. Insurance companies are publicly traded companies who have an obligation to their shareholders to deliver profits. They have teams of investigators, adjusters, and lawyers all working against you from the moment you call them, and they want to pay you as little as possible for your injuries. Hurt in a wreck? Don't be a victim of the insurance companies. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Make the right choice, Right Toyota in North Scottsdale. There are so many dealers to choose from, but there's only one that truly cares about the people here in Arizona. Right Toyota is family owned. They are not some with the bottom line. The family at Right Toyota invests in the community and local charities. Proceeds from every car sold goes directly back to the people in need. Right Toyota is even dog friendly. If you just want to shop from home, log on to righttoyota.com for their full inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. That's right, the right place, the right selection, the right people. Right Toyota on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong. At Right Toyota, well, you won't go wrong. I wouldn't have gone wrong.
Hey, Manuch.
At Right Toyota.
Hey, I tried calling him twice and it rang through. Would you mind seeing if you can call us?
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Make sure to bring Dad on Father's Day, Sunday, June 18th, and pick up a D-Backs 25th anniversary.
Okay, sounds good.
Presented by Budweiser. Get your tickets at dbacks.com.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Planet. Reduce your impact on the environment this fall by packing a waste-free.
Okay, sounds good.
Or work. Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers, and recycle or compost any waste when possible. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there. And even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
This family takes turns turning heads. Brains, beauty, and athleticism. All they need now is for you to drive them off the lot. The Mercedes-Benz family of SUVs. A family of
Okay, if he doesn't, do you want me to come back with just a regular opener?
Frog in boiling water.
Okay.
Jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up. That frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer.
Hey, Manuch.
It takes only 60.
He hasn't called in, so I'm just going to come back with a regular opener.
Step. Now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
You guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch, GMEB.
Yes, sir.
Hoping to catch up with Frank Sanders today. If not, yeah, that's all right.
Is he on the golf course?
Probably. So he's gearing up for a big tournament that him and I are playing together in.
Okay.
So one that you guys, I just feel terrible.
You didn't invite.
You guys are working. I mean, somebody needs to hold the fort. It's my birthday.
I know.
My double nickels golf tournament.
I know.
You know, on June 30th, and then we're gonna be doing live the show at the Tavern Grill that day.
Okay.
So I mean, I'll probably come on after the tournament, which could be fun.
Maybe we could
do a quick job at each that day because you guys could probably win. Because if I'm with I got my original radio partner, first radio partner of all time is going to be there too, Manuch.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
You remember? Because you were our guest every week.
Cardinal Insider.
You were Cardinal Insider. We were on KHEP 1280.
1280. I remember.
We were the station. There was a news talk station that carried Notre Dame football.
Yes.
And we did a show on Saturdays from like 9 to 12.
And I came into the studio like on the 5th floor.
Yeah, we were where was that there was like a restaurant bar that was downstairs.
It was on Clarendon.
Yes.
And that was the bar was below, and that matter of fact, because our old Del Webb commercial real estate office was in there. So I remember that.
Was that near the Village or not the Village? The gym that you used to work out at the club? What was that?
No. That was Arizona Athletic Club.
Okay,
that was in Tempe. Now this is smack dab on Clarendon, on Central and Clarendon. So I go once in a while in the studio. It's about 10 feet by 10 feet. Rock and his buddy
studio
Mo.
was nice.
No, it was fine. It was fine. It was
just a first radio gig.
Rock and Mo
25 years ago.
Yeah. I would get a chance to come on.
Rock and Mo, because I went Rock and Mo, then I went Rock and Lou,
Bill Lewis,
and then I went Rock and Wolf. For Ron Wolfley, did that for like 5 years. That was a lot of fun. And then I kind of got.
Then you got stuck with Manuch.
Save the best for last.
I interviewed all these people, and I'm like, all right.
Rob was good about the gift search stuff for his guests. I would say that. I'd come on once a week during football season, and had to take my obligatory 25 minutes. I would need to go.
Literally, no. This is no lie.
Okay,
because I was in my late 20s then, and got out a lot, right? So did my radio partner. We were hurting every Saturday morning, right? From the happy hour at Jilly's in Scottsdale or wherever, or Barcelona, and then you end up doing a radio show.
Was great.
And we would bring on Manuch purposely instead of like replaying a segment. We just bring him on and just ask him, "Hey, how do you think the Cardinals going to do this Sunday?" And then I could go to the restroom. I could go get some water.
Take your Advil.
And then come back. He's still talking.
I was great. A chance to break it down. That was back when you got those printouts. They'd send you the game notes.
Oh, the game notes. Oh, sure.
Oh, I was in seventh heaven.
Oh, I bet.
All those stats. Speaking of the Cardinals, Buda Baker was at the team's facility today. Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, said they reported that he made an appearance. The minicamp starts tomorrow, and I guess he has not been at the facility any of the off season, of this off season. So here he is. He's going to be there, and that's a good sign.
He said he was going to show. He already was on record saying that he would
He had
show.
promised that.
Yeah, for
he told Cameron Cox from Channel 12, right?
Yep.
I think that's what it was the first person to talk about that.
2 weeks ago.
That he would be there. And I think he's the leader on this team.
Do we
now,
read?
right?
Do we read too much into that, guys? Or
What,
do we
that
read
he's there?
That it's a good thing that maybe he's coming because obviously he wants a new contract. We know that, and then I think he's there to support. Now my question will be: okay, this will be good. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the mandatory minicamp, and then that's it until training camp.
Right.
So if there's no progression between, let's say Thursday through the opening of training camp, and there's no extension, there's no whatever, it's pretty much, hey, Buddha, you got a signed contract. There it is. Does he show up as a sign? I wouldn't say protest. Just say, well, I'm not showing up. I'm going to sit out. I don't see that in Buddha's DNA, but business is business.
I understand that.
If he feels he's going to be on a rebuilding team for the next 2-3 years,
2 years
no more,
at least,
hopefully no more. And he says, look, I'm outplaying the 5 other safeties in front, 4 other safeties in front of me, currently outplaying them, all pro, et cetera, et cetera. I deserve that extension, which I've already outplayed, and sits, or does he show up and hopefully waits for that to get worked out? That's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out, knowing Buddha Baker, how his heart is with this team, but he wants to be paid like the top guys are.
Okay, let me drop this on you, and then you tell me, Manuch, could they build, because I'm not sure all the technicalities about an NFL contract for a player, could they build in on his current contract, could they build in incentives where he could make more money this season?
No.
They can't do that.
No, that's all
the contract is the contract.
The CBA would not allow that.
that. Okay.
No, it's either they extend it.
Okay.
Now maybe because there's no guaranteed money.
He's got nothing left.
Yeah,
next 2 years. Yeah,
that's it. So he's.
But what do you say when he comes out in February and says, either trade me or make me the highest paid player at my position?
And it's kind of contradictory that is showing up for the mandatory, but I thought maybe all along he has said he would. The only reason I can think, guys, is that there's maybe some progress or some movement.
3 minutes.
Bidwell and Monty Osseforth has stated to him, okay, we'll discuss it. We'll move forward. We'll make it right for you.
Okay.
That's the term that a lot of managers say, we're going to make it right for you. We're going to make it good. So, yeah, but to answer your question, right, they can't. They've got to extend.
Well, he got the payday, right, the last time, and he's probably what is he, 27, 20 years old? Yeah. Trying to get another one. He's due to make $13 million and then $14 in the final 2 years of his deal.
And the top guys in front of him are like 18, 19, 20 million, and he's $7,000 behind. And I think one of them had the value was like 25 million more than his contract. The guy from the Chargers,
Derwin James.
Oh, Derwin James.
Yeah, Derwin James.
And it's interesting too because Derwin James is the highest paid safety, and Buddha wants to be the highest paid safety. They have the same agent.
Yeah, they do.
So how does that work?
Well, it's separate teams, separate entities, and that agent can go, hey, look, I've got 2 of the top safeties
2 minutes
playing. That's what he would go to the Cardinals with for negotiation. Then the Cardinals will go, well, he's got 2 years left, and then the agent will go, well, okay, either trade him or because we're not going to renegotiate. I want him up to where my other client is at this time. So I think it's a good sign he's in, but then, okay, we've got 4 weeks till training, 5 weeks till training camp?
Right.
But is it too soon? I mean, all right, he signs a 4-year contract extension worth $59 million in late 2020.
2020, right.
Okay, so that's just 3 years ago, right? Mm-hmm. He got $33 million in guarantees,
right?
22, which is fully guaranteed, and he got a $10 million signing bonus. He got a protected $7.1 million option, which was due in 2021. He's gotten paid.
It's not like he's broke.
Yeah, he's gotten paid.
But I think where he's coming from,
and I just think you just got the extension less than 3 years ago.
Yeah. But what he's looking at, he's going, hey, look, I
1 minute, 1 minute.
Look at the other comps in front of me, and I deserve to be at least there or close to there And on top of that, if I'm going to be here for a redevelopment team for the next 3 years, 2 to 3 years, I want to be paid quite handsomely. Or if that can't work, please trade me to somebody else. But at that point in time, the trade, they're going to have to pick up his contract from there as well. What he's saying is either trade me or pay me. One of the two.
I don't know.
That's why I sense this thing.
I just don't want the NFL to become the NBA when it comes to player continues to dictate everything.
But
and
Kyler Murray did that last year.
He did.
He totally did. I mean, he wasn't even.
How has that worked out?
And he hasn't even been deserving of that extension. And Buddha is deserving of the extension.
All right, we could point the finger on that one. I think we would all agree they should not have done that.
Absolutely,
we all agree that.
Yes, we did,
and that's why that particular general manager is no longer in that role.
But you can't base it on him getting hurt and out for the year. You can't.
But even I don't know. I'm not a Kyler Murray fan.
Well,
period.
That's fine.
I mean, I don't think he's a leader. I don't think he's
okay. He's not deserving the contract. Number one, he doesn't meet the contract. He doesn't. His value is not that kind of contract scenario. Which I don't know if it was the agent hoodwinked Steve Keim at the time or whatever.
Absolutely.
So, but I mean, with Buddha Baker, he's deserving of the extension. He's played hurt, and he's been available the last 5-6 years he's been with the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we've teamed up with Wright Toyota. Each month, we kind of like to do a big giveaway. We gave away a 75-inch TV last month. This month, we are giving away a customized regulation cornhole board set. All you got to do is text RIGHT to 55678. That's RIGHT to 55678. 1 entry per day. Standard message and data rates apply. That's RIGHT to 55678. Coming up, we'll have the results of our State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day right after we give you the Learner Row 1 call. That's all here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Cowherd. Shaq left, they're fine. LeBron left, they're fine. D-Wade left, they're fine. It's the basketball franchise in the star-driven sport. In the star-dependent sport, it's that culture, not the Patriots, that survived the loss of great stars.
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Loop 101 southbound near Camelback Road. We have an accident. It's sitting off to the right. Also, Loop 101 southbound near McDonald. Have an accident on the off-ramp. That ramp partially blocked. Loop 202 Santan Freeway eastbound near McQueen. We have an accident. HOV lane is blocked. That's a check of traffic.
This report is sponsored by your Valley Toyota dealers. Summer's a great time to get a new Toyota. Choose from the best-selling models like Camry, Corolla, Highlander, RAV4, Tundra, Tacoma, and more. Visit any one of the 10 Valley Toyota dealers or valleytoyotadealers.com today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino, Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning. Our dealers are dealing.